on a 77-degree evening here at Eldridge Park here at Orleans, Massachusetts. It is the home finale here in this 2021 summer as the Orleans Firebirds take on the Harwich Mariners right here on the Birds Broadcast Network. And hi again, everybody. Gareth Kwok alongside my partner Carlo Jimenez and our sideline reporter Noah Searson. Well, it's hard to believe, but tonight is the home finale here in this 2021 Cape League season. We've seen a lot of highs and lows with this Orleans Firebirds team, but they'll look to cap off the home schedule with a victory tonight against the Harwich Mariners, a team that Harwich has been able to beat so far this season. Just 3 games, and Orleans has won 2 of them and has tied the other. Mariners have already secured a playoff spot for that second seed in the East, and Orleans looking to play a little bit of spoiler and try and knock them off any potential home field advantage for the playoffs coming this weekend. So a good crowd here on hand tonight, and let's now send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, for tonight's Early Bird pregame show.
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. A beautiful night as Miss Eldridge to cap off the Firebirds season here at home. Noah Searson here alongside Carlo Jimenez. We got a very fun game tonight against a tough foe to wrap it up here in Orleans at the end of the season. Harwich Mariners been great all season long. They got Brock Wilkins, maybe the Cape League MVP this season. I guess we'll see whether or not that happens. But coming into this one, before we talk about the matchup a bit, Carlo, it's been a long season, a lot of baseball, and a lot of fun memories, a lot of great moments for this team. It's been up and down, and as Miss Sue elegantly said at the team picnic, this team is a lot better than its record showed. They've showed promise, wasn't there at all times, but been a lot of great things. So when you look back at the entire season, reflect on it, what do you remember most and think about in terms of this Firebird squad and what they brought to the table this season?
Yeah, I mean, the word that just comes to mind is it's been a lot of fun. It's been fun watching these guys compete every day, and they really do compete. I mean, as bad as sometimes some of those final scores look, down 13-2 to Chatham just a couple days ago, bringing the go-ahead run to the plate. I mean, these guys do not quit. Their bats are electric. Arms have been great at times. When you think about the appearances yesterday by Kirkring and Som, it's just been a lot of fun to watch these guys play and a lot of moments of brilliance throughout this summer.
Well, how about them boppers? The boppers have been bopping all season long. Chase DeLauder, Tyler Locklear tied in the lead in the home run category in the Cape, and has kind of been the story of the offensive season for the Orleans Firebirds. At least they kind of live and die by the home run ball, and while that hurt them at times, it was very, very fun to watch. You'd have to go pretty far back in the Cape record books. I don't even know if you could go back far enough to when 2 teammates actually shared the batting title or finished first and second. So that's what I'll remember, the fact that this team, the offense wasn't there always, but when it was about as explosive as it gets on the Cape. Definitely fun to watch all season. Harwich, though, got another explosive offense. Brock Wilkins leading this squad. But the Firebirds, they fared pretty well against them. Carlo, haven't seen them in almost a month, it seems like. But the Firebirds have had the Mariners' number all season long. And it seems like, unless there's a fog delay, which it doesn't look like there'll be one tonight, knock on wood, the Firebirds will have a decent shot since the way they played Harwich all season long, they fared pretty well, Carlo.
Yeah, the best part about this team is they play the best teams the best. I mean, Orleans plays the toughest teams on the Cape really, really well. You look at the next 3 games, 2 against Harwich, 1 against Brewster, the top 2 teams in the East. So they're going to put up a fight, as they do every night. It should be interesting to see in this home and home with Harwich how things fare.
Yeah, absolutely. And when we turn it back to tonight's game, not necessarily the final game on the schedule, but, you're playing at Eldridge. Sun is out. Emotions were high pregame as the players. Kelly shouted out Miss Sue, the GM, that helped everything happen this year. Emotions are running high, so it kind of feels like a last hurrah for this team. And the storybook ending would be going out with a bang, especially a team that's lost 4 in a row and actually competed pretty well in a lot of those games. So, Carlo, when you think about what the Firebirds need to do to go out with a bang, beat Harwich, there are a lot of things we can talk about. Defense needs to be there. Pitching, got to score runs. But when you're talking about the nitty-gritty, how do the Orleans Firebirds go out with a bang in the final game in the 2021 season here at Eldridge?
Yeah, I mean, you think back to last night, 10 hits, 2 runs. That's just not going to cut it. This is a team that's allowed 44 guys to be left on base in the last 5 games. that can happen if you want to go out with a bang. Need to take advantage of runners on base. Even last night, the first 2 innings, they left 4 guys on the base paths, which is just like leaving money out to dry and not taking advantage. It's free change on the ground. You got to pick it up. You know what I'm saying? And for the Birds, they have a chance to try to fix that these final 3 games and hopefully bring some guys home. Because when you get 10 hits and when you're hitting above 280 in your last 10 games, but you're not scoring, you're just not taking advantage of situational hitting. So that's going to be the key.
Yeah, situational hitting, always important, especially for this team. I'm going to go a little abstract and go with something I heard in the pregame. Kelly kind of gathered his team, did a little mini team meeting, and basically told the guys, play this game like you're in the Little Leagues. Obviously not skill-wise. We don't want to see the blunders you see in Little League. But the idea of just being out here for the fun of the game and giving it your all. It's something we've seen all season long. But let's see it. You're giving the fans the final look here at Eldridge. It's been such a fun year, Carlo, watching all the fans on the hill. They're out in full force like they have been all season long. Tonight, giving them one last show here because, you know, this is an area in town in Orleans that desperately needed baseball back. It was clear when we laid foot on the ground here on the Cape that these fans love their baseball, and not having it in 2020 really impacted every single community it was in. And I'm a little bit biased, but I think it's safe to say Orleans draws the best crowds night in and night out. Best fans on the Cape, and you want to give them one last great show at home. So just have some fun and make some memories, because at the end of the day, it's a developmental league. You want to get better, get looks in front of the scouts, win ball games, but you also just come out here to love the game like you did as a kid. It's kind of a thread that runs through everything we've seen here, and nobody embodies it better than this Orleans Firebirds team. I think they still play with passion even when they're down, and I think tonight they'll have a phenomenal chance at upsetting Harwich, and like I said, going out of Miss Eldridge for the 2021 season with a bang. So those are our keys. Got a little sentimental there at the end, but needless to say, it's a very fun setup. It's going to be a very exciting game. And unfortunately, that's all the time we have here on the Early Bird pregame show. About to get started on the field, then we'll have Anthem and a fun call, maybe a couple guest interviews. There's a couple people in the house just to tease that one tonight, but definitely going to be a fun broadcast. I know the team wants to go out with the bang, and so does the broadcast staff. So alongside Carlo Jimenez, I'm Noah Searson saying so long, and I'll send it back to Gareth in the booth for National Anthem and then first pitch at 7. Gareth, take it away.
All right, thanks so much, Noah, as always, for the Early Bird pregame show. Gareth Kwok here on hand, and so glad you can join us here on this Monday night for Orleans' home finale in this 2021 summer. Firebirds coming into this ball game with a record of 12, 17, and 4, and it certainly hasn't been the season that lots of people have expected here in Orleans, and for us, as a matter of fact. But you know, we are very fortunate enough to have been played baseball amidst the COVID pandemic that happened last summer and get a season in, and especially with the new playoff rules and that only 2 teams in each division make the postseason. It is it's twice as harder as it was from the previous years where 4 teams in each division would make it. So Orleans, alas, will not be making the postseason, but they will look to end this season off in style against the Harwich Mariners, a division rival that they have yet to lose against so far this summer. 2 wins, no losses, and a tie. As another sellout crowd begins to file in here at Eldridge Park, there was a very nice pregame ceremony. Player awards were announced by our general manager, Sue Horton, as well as our manager, Kelly Nicholson. And the team MVP went to Chase DeLauder for this season. And not much of a surprise there as Carlo Jimenez rejoins me here on the broadcast. Chase DeLauder named the team MVP for what a stellar season it was for the James Madison outfielder. 297, 9 home runs, 20 runs batted in. He is still tied with Tyler Locklear for the league lead in home runs. And at this point, it might be the Bash Bros sharing that home run crown for this 2021 summer.
Yeah, I mean, they've just been so much fun to watch, and the little rivalry they have and the bond they've created working out with each other day in and day out. It has been a pleasure to watch. And, Gareth, I'm going to say it, the best 1-2 combo on the Cape, DeLauder and Locklear, without a doubt.
Hard to beat those 2 guys as we now let's listen into tonight's national anthem.
Good old-fashioned harmony at its best. It's Chris Hayes, generally rocking, occasionally touching, and totally wonderful. Open September 3rd through September 19th, Friday to Saturday to 7 p.m., Sunday to 2 p.m. For more information or buy tickets, please visit everyplayhouse.org.
All right, thanks so much to the Academy of Performing Arts here in Orleans for tonight's national anthem. Let's now introduce the starting lineup for manager Steve Englert and the Harwich Mariners, who have secured that second spot in the Cape League playoffs in the Eastern Division. Leading off will be Prez Kavanaugh, the left-handed bat from UNC Greensboro. Hitting second, Chris Newell, the rising sophomore from Virginia. He'll play center field. Dylan Phillips will hit third, the first baseman from Kansas State. Batting fourth will be Carter Putz, the DH from Notre Dame. Hitting fifth, Josh Hood, the third baseman committed to North Carolina State. Hitting sixth, Zach Preisner, the rising junior and the shortstop from Notre Dame. And then rounding out the last three, Brendan Tinsman, the starting catcher from Wake Forest. Hitting seventh, hitting eighth, Jake Lazaro, the left fielder from St. John's. And batting ninth will be Matt McDermott, a rising senior from William & Mary University. Defensive alignment for Orleans tonight, it'll look like this. Luke Eschel out in left field, Jared McKenzie in center field, Jeff Costello in right field, and then on the infield, Tyler Locklear manning the hot corner at third, David Marcano at shortstop, Peyton Chanier at second, Trey Hartman at first, and Michael Chavis Jr. behind the plate, the Worcester State University D3 catcher and the bullpen catcher for most of this season. He's making his first start on the summer for the home finale, and the tonight's starting pitcher for Orleans is going to be the right-hander from committed to Rutgers, Nathan Florence, a 6'3", 210-pound right-hander from Wilbraham, Massachusetts. And Florence is making his second start on the season, fourth appearance overall. Has a 1.08 ERA in 8 1/3 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts over 5 walks, coming off his best outing last week against Bourne when he pitched 4 shutout innings, allowed just 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. Didn't even allow a hit as well. The right-hander from Hartford University, who is now committed to Rutgers to play his final year of college baseball, is on the bump for Orleans. And Prez Kavanaugh, left-handed batter from UNC Greensboro, stands in, and the first pitch is a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 to Kavanaugh as we get things started at 7:02 p.m. local time here at Eldridge Park. 0-1 pitch, and Kavanaugh takes a fastball just a bit outside, 1-1. Umpires for tonight's game behind the plate calling balls and strikes, John Lebone. First base umpire Mark Delaney and third base umpire Jason Klump. Kavanaugh on the 1-1, pops one up in the shallow left field. Coming on in is Luke Eschel, angling by the foul line, and he makes the catch. And that's how this game gets started, with a fly out to the Orleans left fielder here in the first. So Kavanaugh is retired, and here comes now Chris Newell, a center fielder from the University of Virginia, hitting .265. He's got 5 home runs, 14 runs batted in on the summer. First pitch is a fastball up high, and it gets past the glove of the catcher, Chavis Jr., 1-0. Tyler Locklear, the third baseman, playing in on the grass in case Newell decides to lay down a bunt. 1-0. 1-0 pitch from Florence. And a fastball at the knees, a called strike, 1-1. Nathan Florence, who is not new to the Cape, played for Wareham back in 2018 with the Gamemen and helped them win the championship in 2018 as there's a ground ball deep in the hole to short. Marcano on the backhand, long throw, the first in time. 2 down on a good play from the NJIT shortstop. And here, this will bring up now Dylan Phillips, the first baseman from Kansas State. No Brock Wilkin in the lineup today. Getting the day off. Who's been one of the best players on the Cape, the Wake Forest third baseman. Not in the starting lineup for Steve Englert tonight. As here's the left-handed bat of Phillips. First pitch is a fastball on the outside, a called strike, 0-1. So Florence with his second stint here on the Cape, but with Orleans this time, and he pumps in a fastball and a swing and a miss from Phillips, and it's quickly 0-2. He was the Saturday starter for Hartford this past spring in his junior year. 0-2 pitch, fastball, just misses the outside corner, says home plate umpire John LeBone. Looked awfully close. Instead, it's 1-2. Florence was able to go 6 or more innings in 5 of his 9 starts this spring. 1-2, fastball up high, count even at 2 now to Phillips. In 5 of the 9 times Florence started, Hartford won because he surrendered just 1 run or less. 2-2 in the dirt, blocked by Chavis Jr., and the count is full 3-2. However, in the other 4 starts that the team lost, he gave up a total of 25 runs. So he was really just either on or off for most of the regular season for Hartford. But we've seen glimpses of what he can do out on the mound and when he's having success. 3-2, Phillips with a pop-up down the left field line onto Route 28. Count remains full 3-2. With the cleanup man Carter Putz out of Notre Dame on deck for Harwich. Firebirds going with the white HDMH uniforms with the Firebirds across the chest in red, as well as the red undershirt. And the 3-2 is a fastball that just misses the outside corner for ball 4. Nathan Florence already had walked off the mound, thinking that was strike 3 called. Instead, there's a runner at first with 2 down for Carter Putz. So here's Putz. Hitting .248 on the summer. No home runs. He does have 15 batted in on the summer. Hitting in the cleanup spot for Harwich tonight. And the first pitch. It's a swing and a foul. Back to the screen for strike 1, 0-1. Carter Putz, who in 3 games against the Firebirds is just 1 for 7 at the plate. Sun beginning to set along the right field line behind the Nauset Regional Middle School. Long pause from Florence, 0-1. And a swing and a miss on a 90-mile-an-hour heater. And it's 0-2. So Nathan Florence coming off his best outing of the summer last week against the best team in the league in the Bourne Braves. 4 shutout innings, 3 strikeouts that put everybody on the team at notice. Putz on the 0-2, flies one down the right field line, headed for the hill, out of play. And so we'll do it again, 0-2. Harwich going with their navy blues with their red numbers and letters. Harwich is across the chest. And they got the gray pants, and some guys wearing the stirrups, like Carter Putz is, just about ankle high. He's got the tight pants cuffed around the shins as the 0-2 pitch is a slider. Check swing, did not go around. Low and away for ball 1. 1-2. Final home game of the summer for the Orleans Firebirds in 2021. 3 games remain on the schedule. They'll be on the road for the final 2. As Putz rolls the ground ball, the third. Locklear gloves it, fires over the second for the force out in time, and the side is retired. One walked, one left on for Nathan Florence to begin this ball game. It's 0-0 here from Orleans between Harwich and Orleans when we come back on the Birds Broadcast Network.
The Cape Cod Baseball League would like to welcome our new sponsor, Mosquito Mary's, a locally owned, family-operated business that provides all-natural mosquito and tick control. Call 866-ASK-MARY or go to MosquitoMarys.com, mention the Cape Cod Baseball League, and get your first treatment for only $29. Sorry, lost my plates there on my on my read. Cape Cod Coca-Cola thanks you for supporting the Cape Cod Baseball League and for refreshing yourself with ice-cold Coca-Cola products. Please remember to recycle your empty bottles, cans, and all other recyclable materials. It takes only 6 recycled plastic bottles to make a new baseball cap.
All right, thanks so much, Carlo Jimenez. Hey, no worries. Everybody, you get lost in your train of thought, right?
Well, I've read that read so many times that I thought I had it memorized, and then I didn't.
It happens to the best of us. No worries. As scoreless top of the first thrown by Nathan Florence, the future Rucker Scarlet Knight. And let's introduce now the starting lineup for Kelly Nicholson for this final home game of 2021. Jared McKenzie back in the leadoff spot. The center fielder from Baylor will hit first. Peyton Chanier, the second baseman from Ole Miss, will hit second. Batting third, Chase DeLauder, the Orleans Firebirds team MVP, announced earlier tonight on the pregame ceremony. He will DH. Hitting fourth, Tyler Locklear, the third baseman from VCU. Trey Hartman hitting fifth, the first baseman and the future Stetson Hatter. Hitting sixth, Jeff Costello, the right fielder from Northeastern. Hitting seventh, Luke Keischel, the left fielder from the University of San Francisco. Hitting eighth, David Marcano, the shortstop from NJIT. And batting ninth, Michael Chavis Jr., the catcher from Worcester State University. Defensive alignment for Harwich tonight, Lazaro in left field, Newell in center, Kavanaugh in right. On the infield, Josh Hood at third, Zach Preisner at shortstop, Matt McDermott at second base, and Dylan Phillips at first. And behind the plate doing the catching is Brendan Tinsman out of Wake Forest. For tonight's starting pitcher, it's going to be the right-hander, the rising sophomore from Northeastern, Cam Schlittler, a 6'6", 200-pound right-hander from East Walpole, Massachusetts. Schlittler making his 6th appearance on the summer, his 5th start, and he has a 6.3 ERA in 20 innings pitched, 15 strikeouts over 10 walks, and the right-hander deals and misses up high for ball one to Jared McKenzie.
Yeah, from Schlittler, you're going to see about a 3-pitch mix. He does have all 4. Fastball tops out around 94, mainly a fastball slider mixed to righties, and then a fastball changeup to lefties.
As the 1-0 misses away, 2-0.
And he likes to attack the outside, so he's going to try to get you to reach away at the plate.
McKenzie hitting .234. He's got 8 runs batted in on the summer. No home runs for the Big 12 first team all-selection. Takes an 89-mile-an-hour fastball on the outside corner. A called strike. 2-1 to Jared McKenzie, who went 2 for 5 yesterday. Increased his hitting streak to 7 games. He's ending the season off very nicely for the Firebirds. 2-1. Swing and a miss. A 90-mile-an-hour fastball right past McKenzie. And it's now 2-2. Jared's hitting .333. He has 7 hits in his last 21 at-bats in the last 5 games for the Firebirds, including 5 runs batted in. Schlittler working from the windup, very slow delivery to pitch, and a swing and a miss. Got him with the fastball outside, and there's one gone to begin Schlittler's night here in the first.
Schlittler's not a big strikeout guy for this Harwich team. In fact, the most he's had in an outing is just 4, so really he's going to rely heavily on his defense, but they're getting McKenzie to chase. A Firebirds team that has been prone all summer to swinging and missing against the excellent pitching of the Cape.
Here's Peyton Chanier, right-handed batter, versus the right-handed throwing Schlittler. First pitch is a slider, misses inside for ball 1. Schlittler coming off a performance last week against Brewster, where he picked up the loss. He pitched 4 innings, allowed 4 earned runs on 2 hits, walked 1, and struck out 4. 1-0 is a swing and a foul back to the screen. Count even at 1 to the Ole Miss second baseman. Not a guy that's going to get a ton of strikeouts, but he has been susceptible to a lot of hits this summer. Hasn't been able to find that groove and rhythm here on the Cape. 1-1. It's a bouncing ball to third behind the bag, fielded by the third baseman Hood. His throw to first is a high throw, but snagged by the first baseman Phillips, who keeps his foot on the base. And there's out number 2.
That's a nice play by Josh Hood. Almost tripped over the third base bag and then kind of used it as leverage to push off and pop back up. And his throw almost sailed Phillips, but the tip of the glove able to keep it at a ground out.
So here's Chase DeLauder, left-handed batter from James Madison, hitting .297, 9 home runs, 20 runs batted in. First pitch. Takes a changeup high and away for ball 1. DeLauder was announced pregame in the team award ceremony as the team MVP for his performance all summer long with Orleans. Swings and fouls one straight back on the 1-0, and the count even now at 1. Not much surprise there to the guy that Kelly likes to call him CD for short, using his initials. He has really boosted his draft stock for next year as the 1-1 is a fastball high and outside. 2-1.
Schlittler facing 2 lefties to open up this game in McKenzie and DeLauder. Lefties against Schlittler hitting just .194, righties .355.
And the 2-1 is a breaking ball that wraps around the outside, and the count even now at 2.
So for Cam, he has really been able to dominate left-handed batters. But this is a righty-heavy lineup for Orleans outside of DeLauder and McKenzie.
2-2, slider misses away, and the count runs full 3-2. On deck is Tyler Locklear, the VCU third baseman. No score between Harwich and Orleans, just getting things started here from Eldridge Park. No win tonight here on this Monday. 3-2 is a line drive into center field, and that'll fall for a base hit. Chase DeLauder with a 2-out single, and he'll bring up now his fellow Bash Bro, his good friend, Tyler Locklear, with a runner at first and 2 down.
And Chase DeLauder, just another tool to add to his bag. I mean, how impressive has he been, Gareth, against left-handed pitching and right-handed pitching this summer, hitting .280 in both. Just, it's hard to find a weakness with this guy. And he's got good speed on the base paths. 5 stolen bases this summer.
Righty on righty matchup here, as here's Locklear, first pitch, and he misses high for ball 1. T-Lock hitting .261, 9 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Him and Chase still with a 2 home run lead atop first place in the Cape League home run for the Cape League home run title. Takes a slider on the inside corner for a called strike 1. Count even at 1 to Locklear. Chris Armstrong of Falmouth, he's got 7 home runs on the summer. Brock Wilkin not too far behind as well. He's got 6, but he's not in the starting lineup today. The 1-1. Swing and a miss. High fastball. Locklear can't catch up, and it's now 1-2.
And Chase should have another if it wasn't for a nice play by Garrett Martin yesterday in left. Robbed of a home run.
Locklear and DeLauder tied for first place. Then it goes Owen Diodati of Wareham, Chris Armstrong of Falmouth, and Lyle Miller Green of Chatham. Tied for second with 7 home runs each. Long pause from Schlittler, and the pitch is popped up foul onto the hill. And it remains 1-2 to Locklear with Trey Hartman, the future Stetson Hatter, on deck. Orleans and Harwich. First game of a home-and-home. Will be on the road tomorrow at White House Field. 1-2 is a breaking ball that hits Tyler Locklear right on the back, right on the numbers. So Schlittler tried to get that breaking ball in. Instead, maybe a little too far in, as it drills Locklear on the back. Second and first now with 2 down for Trey Hartman.
And Tyler might lead the league in home runs and RBIs, but he also adds another to his league-leading hit by pitches. He's been hit 9 times, 2 more than anybody else on the Cape. And when you're 6'3", 230 in the box, a huge frame, Guys trying to pin him inside, and they've ended up hitting him.
Here's Trey Hartman. First pitch. Trey with a swing and a miss on a fastball outside for strike one. Hartman, who's arguably been Orleans' hottest hitter this past week. The future Stetson Hather on an 8-game hitting streak right now. He's hitting .387 over his last 10 games. He's got 12 hits in 31 at-bats with a home run and 7 runs batted in. Schlittler with a look over at second, the pitch. And it's popped up foul down the right field line. And it's 0-2 now to Trey Hartman. Chase DeLauder at second, Tyler Locklear at first. Firebirds trying to strike first to begin this ball game in the home finale of this 2021 summer. Cam Schlittler gets the sign from his backstop Tinsman at the belt. Long look at second, now comes home. And Hartman rolls one over the short, fielded by the shortstop Breisner. Throw to first is low and dug out by the first baseman Phillips in time, and the side is retired. 2 left on for Orleans in the bottom of the first, and we will now go to the second. No score between Orleans and Harwich when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Top two here from Eldridge Park. Gareth Kwok alongside my good friend Carlo Jimenez and our sideline reporter Noah Searson. Game number 34 on the schedule for the Orleans Firebirds. And what is the home finale in this 2021 summer. We've appreciated all the fan support. As here is Josh Hood out of North Carolina State. First pitch is a foul off the mask of the umpire, John LeBone. John looks like he's all right. 0-1 to Hood. It's the 5, 6, and 7 hitters. Hood, Breisner, and Tinsman do up. And the pitch. 0-1 is a fastball in there for a called strike 2. 0-2 to Josh Hood, the future North Carolina State third baseman. Hitting .218 with a home run and 15 runs batted in. Swinging a high pop-up foul onto the hill and onto the concourse. And it remains 0-2.
Couldn't ask for a more beautiful night here, Gareth, for the final home game of the summer.
Sun beginning to set along that right field foul line as the 0-2 is a fastball that misses outside for ball 1. 1-2 the count. On deck, Zach Breisner, Notre Dame shortstop for the Harwich Mariners. From the windup, the pitch from Florence. And it's a ground ball foul, just barely down that left field line, and it remains 1-2.
And the sun just peaking above Nassau Regional. It is Cape Cod baseball at its finest.
Lawrence gets the sign from Chavis Jr. Now comes home. And a curveball that misses up high. 2-2 the count. Josh Hood just 1 for his last 12 at the plate down the stretch. 2-2 pitch. Fastball runs away, and the count is full 3-2. Hood just 1 hit in 7 at-bats versus Orleans this summer. trying to get on board here to begin the second. 3-2. And a fastball that misses low and away for ball 4. And the second walk allowed by Nathan Florence already in this ball game. And here comes now Zach Preisner, the right-handed batter from Notre Dame, with the runner at first and nobody out.
And Florence, after he thought he had strike 3 back in the first inning, when Phillips walked, has now walked 2 of his last 3 batters. So looked like, he was feeling good, had all that momentum, then gives up the walk. Let's see if he can refocus back in.
With his lead at first, and the first pitch to Preisner is a broken back ground ball, speared by Tyler Locklear. Throw the first. He got him. A fine play by Tyler Locklear as he robs a base hit from Zach Preisner down the third base line. How about that from Tyler Locklear as Hood goes over to second. 1 away here in the second.
As good as Tyler's bat has been all summer, his defense has really been the most growth he's had in his game. Beginning of the year, he does not make that play, but he has continued to grow so much at the hot corner.
Brendan Tinsman, the catcher, now takes a first pitch fastball at the knees for a called strike 1. Tyler has really improved his defense at third. Just overall looks smoother at third base. And boy, that was a heck of a pickup on the short hop over at third base off the bat of Preisner. 0-1. And a fastball that's low and in. Count even at 1 to Brendan Tinsman. The Wake Forest catcher, who has racked up hits in 4 of his first 7 games with the team so far. 7 hits and 21 at-bats. He's hitting .333 with 3 runs batted in. Look over at second, the pitch. And a swing and a miss. Good changeup from Florence. And it's now 1-2. Josh Hood at second. He's being held on by Peyton Chanier, the second baseman. Tyler Locklear hugging the line at third. Marcano in deep short. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch. And a high pop-up along the first base side. Foul ground. Trey Hartman hustling on over. He tries to make the catch near the camera well, and it pops out of his mitt and falls to the ground for a foul ball. Trey Hartman chugging along just right by the Orleans dugout and right by Nick Riccio, our cameraman out there. Watch out, Nick. Don't want to get run over by Trey Hartman out there. Hartman, though, unable to make the play. So it's remains 1-2. To Brendan Tinsman, who's from the New England area. He's from Cape Elizabeth, Maine. So not too far away here to make the trip down to Cape Cod. 1-2. Florence comes home. Off the hands, popped up foul onto the hill. And it remains 1-2. On deck is Jake Lazaro, the left fielder from St. John's. He's waiting on deck. 0-0 score here. We're in the top of the second on another picturesque night here from Orleans and here from Eldridge Park. 1-2. Curveball. Nice block by Chavis Jr. behind the plate. And it's now 2-2. Michael Chavis Jr., who was activated from his bullpen catcher role to now a position player, a guy on the roster this past week. And he's getting his first start tonight, getting down and dirty to make some nice blocks behind the plate. A D3 guy playing with some D1 athletes, as here's the 2-2 and a fastball that is low and away for ball 3. Count is full 3-2.
Third 3-2 count of the game Florence has had as his pitch count continues to climb. This will be number 35 of the night.
3-2. Florence stares down Hood at second. Now the pitch. Tinsman with a ground ball left side. Locklear ranging over to his left, running. Now he tags out the runner hung up at second, and Hood throws the ball away down the first base line. However, Tinsman will stay put at first base. A nice heads-up play by Tyler Locklear, who ranged up toward shortstop territory by David Marcano, speared that baseball and saw the runner Hood off of second, tagged him out. And then the throw over to first, too high for Trey Hartman to catch. Luckily, Tinsman doesn't run so well, and so he just stays put at first on the fielder's choice. And so here's now the left-handed bat of Jake Lazaro from St. John's, who takes a first pitch fastball high and outside for ball one.
A cerebral play by T-Lock on the tag. Just rushed the throw a little bit like you said, Gareth. But, hey, Tyler's had himself a nice night at third base here in the second inning.
1-0 is a high pop-up down the left field line, headed for the seats. And the count is even at 1 now. Tyler really likes to range out there in shortstop.
If you're David Marcano at short, you know, anything a little bit too far to your right, that's all T-Locks.
I'm sure it's hard for Tyler to resist getting a ground ball in his direction as Lazaro taps one foul out in front of the home plate, and it's 1-2. Your first instinct, it's like when a pitcher hits a comebacker that's in the direction of the middle infielders, and they tell you not to go after it, right? Because the middle infielders have better positioning, they'll be able to make the play, but it's just human instinct, right? As far as pitchers, when it comes to the comebackers, back at them. 1-2 to Lazaro, the pitch. In the dirt, and a good block by Chavis Jr. Kelly Nicholson telling him, good block, Mike, good block. Everybody rooting on Mike Chavis Jr. behind the plate. No Justin Mickness, no Garrett Guillemette behind the dish tonight. It's the third-string guy, Mike Chavis Jr. 2-2. Tinsman at first. The pitch, Lazaro, another ground ball to third. Locklear bobbles it, picks it up, throws to first, too late. Locklear unable to handle that one as it goes off his glove. Might have started going into the throw before he actually fielded it. And so it'll go as an E5 on Tyler Locklear. Been busy in this inning. As here comes now Matt McDermott. Right-handed batter from William and Mary. First pitch. Florence pitches in a high pop-up foul down the right field line for strike one. McDermott, a rising senior who will be playing his final year at Coastal Carolina. It'll be his final year of eligibility after 3 years with William and Mary. A 1 is a breaking ball low and away. Count even at 1. Nathan Florence has really had to work so far these first couple of innings.
Yeah, so far today for Florence, this will be pitch number 44.
1-1. Swing and the miss. High fastball at 88. And McDermott can't catch up. It's 1-2. McDermott, not a big guy, just 5'8", 165 pounds. But he was the Colonial Athletic Association's Defensive Player of the Year and a second-team All-Conference selection. At 287 with 6 homers and 25 runs batted in for the William and Mary Tribe. 1-2. Fastball right down the middle, strike 3 called. Strikeout number 1 for Nathan Florence, and he gets out of the jam. We'll head to the last of the second here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Harwich nothing, Orleans nothing when we come back.
Hi, I'm Steve Anzoni, owner of Fairway Financial and Cape Cod's Retirement Income Specialist. If you want to hit a home run with your retirement income plan, schedule a time to meet with me today.
Get more details at fairwayfinancial.net. That's fairwayfinancial.net.
6, 7, and 8 batters dewed up here for the Firebirds as we enter the last of the second. Harwich nothing, Orleans nothing. Jeff Costello, Luke Kieshel, and David Marcano dewed up, the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. And the first pitch to Costello is popped up foul for strike one. Little Northeastern matchup here between Cam Schlittler and Jeff Costello, both guys college teammates, now rivals here on the Cape. 0-1 is a curveball that misses high for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. Jeff Costello hitting .273, no home runs, 4 runs batted in. 1-1. Fastball bit in tight to Costello, 2-1. One Husky pitching to another. I'm sure Costello has seen plenty of Schlittler over the years, as there's a ground ball to third, fielded on the charge by Hood. His throw to first is a laser in time for the first out of the second. So 1 away, and here comes now Luke Kieshel. The right-handed batter from the University of San Francisco. Hitting .329 with 2 home runs and 15 batted in. And the first pitch. Fastball misses outside, ball 1. The reigning Cape League Player of the Week, however, Kieshel just 0 for his last 15 in the past 3 games. 1-0. Takes a curveball right down the chute for strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. 11-game hitting streak was snapped last Wednesday, and he has not been able to get a hit since. 1-1 is a line drive hit well to left field. Going back to left fielder Lazaro, and it goes off the fence and bounces near the warning track. Kieshel digging for 2. Head first slide in the second. He's in there. Right on cue, Luke Kieshel grabs his first hit since last Wednesday. Breaks an 0 for 15 slump, and he's at second with 1 down for David Marcano.
That's a good start for Luke. Again, struggling in his last couple of games and able to get into scoring position. Now can the Firebirds bring him home?
David Marcano, the starting shortstop for Orleans. The NGIT infielder hitting .188 on the summer with a home run and 2 runs batted in. Right-handed batter versus Schlittler. The righty throws. And a fastball up high, check swing on the appeal. No, says first base umpire Mark Delaney. Ball 1 to Marcano. David Marcano had the day off yesterday versus Chatham. Last started on Saturday at Veterans Field. Went 0 for 1. 1-0. Fastball misses up high. 2 balls, no strikes. Luke Kieshel standing at second. Firebirds trying to snap their longest losing streak of the summer, which is 4 games. They've been on a 4-game skid and have been in a serious funk. The 2-0. And Schlittler misses away. Not close. And the count goes to 3-0. Beginning to see some cotton candy skies out in the distance beyond right center field. A shade of pink out there in right center field as the sun is almost completely set behind the middle school. 3-0. And a fastball misses up high. Ball 4. A 4-pitch walk to David Marcano. And they're second and first. And here comes now Mike Chavis Jr.
Would not be surprised to see Mike put down a bunt here, try to move the 2 runners over into scoring position. Although Schlittler's had a tough time finding the strike zone. And now Brendan Eigerbro's going to go talk to him about that topic.
Brendan Eigerbro going things over with Mike Chavis Jr., making his first start of the summer. The bullpen catcher who was activated onto the roster this past week made his Cape League debut in the 8th inning of last Wednesday's game versus Chatham. Right-handed batter, local kid from Hudson, Massachusetts, awaits the first pitch from Cam Schlittler. And he shows bunt, pulls it back up high for ball 1. Chavis Jr. had to catch Connor Housley, who was one of the hardest throwers on the team. And in his first plate appearance, Mike drew a walk. And he actually ended up scoring in that inning against a Big Ten right-hander, David Falco from Maryland. 1-0, and a breaking ball that just catches the inside corner for a called strike. 1-1.
Yeah, ever since Chavis got activated, Gareth, he still is taking batting practice every day. So he's been working on the bunting, working on the hitting, even though only has the one at bat. See if he can put it to use.
Wouldn't it be something if he grabs his first hit as an Orleans Firebird? They're against a Northeastern right-hander. 1-1 is a swing and a miss, and it's now 1-2.
Chavis was trying to put that one over the fence.
Chavis only the second Worcester State player to appear in a game in the Cape League, the first player since 2001. A surreal moment that he called it for him and his family, which he didn't even know he was going to be getting the call to come up and pinch hit. He didn't even have his cleats on, he said post-game to our Noah Searson. Has to protect here, down in the count, 1-2. Kieshel at second, David Marcano at first. Cam Schlittler, the righty from Northeastern, ready at the belt. He throws, and it hits Mike Chavis on the elbow. Or maybe it didn't catch him right on the elbow. It caught him right on the abdomen, you could say. It just skimmed his jersey. He's over to first, and looks like it was pretty painless as he cracks a smile with first base coach Ryan Erickson. So Mike Chavis, 2 plate appearances. He still has not recorded an official at-bat, but he's drawn the walk, and he's been hit by a pitch. And the bases are loaded now for Jared McKenzie with 1 out. McKenzie, who struck out swinging his first time up. Left-handed batter, ready for the first pitch. And a little blooper into shallow center field. It's going to fall for a base hit. Luke Kieshel scores. David Marcano held at third. Chavis to second. Jared McKenzie gives Orleans a 1-0 lead here in the second. An RBI single for J-Mac.
The 7, 8, 9 hitters setting the table for the top of the lineup, and McKenzie able to capitalize, and the Firebirds on the board first against Harwich.
And now time is called for Harwich. Pitching coach Steve Grunberg will now come out and have a quick word with Schlittler. 4 straight guys have reached base. After Schlittler got Costello to ground out, it's been a double by Kieshel, a walk to David Marcano, a hit by pitch to Mike Chavis, and then an RBI bloop hit by Jared McKenzie. His 9th run batted in on the summer. And with that hit, Jared McKenzie has increased his hitting streak to 8 games. One run on 2 hits here for Orleans in this second inning, and they have an opportunity to add on more. As here's Peyton Chanier, the Ole Miss second baseman, who grounded out to third his first time up. Schlittler, who was very slow and deliberate with his delivery, pitches a fastball on the outside, taken for strike 1. 0-1 to Chanier. We've had plenty of guys out here on the Cape that like to work fast and get a tempo going. Schlittler is certainly not one of those guys. He likes to take his time out on the mound. 0-1 is a breaking ball tapped off the foot of Chanier, and he's now down in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. Cam Schlittler likes to stare in onto his catcher for a good couple of seconds and likes to come set, take a couple of deep breaths before coming home. Very methodical and meticulous for the righty out of Northeastern. 0-2. Ground ball to third, and it is foul. Right along the line. And we'll do it again, 0-2. David Marcano at third, Mike Chavis at second, and Jared McKenzie at first. Orleans 1, Harwich 0. RBI single from Jared McKenzie has opened up the scoring. 0-2. The pitch. Breaking ball, chopped foul down the left field line, and Janier stays alive. Remains 0-2. Payton, who has been hitless in his last 3 games, trying to break out of that funk. The Cape League All-Star, who has had a very good season for him, both at the plate and defensively. Ready for the 0-2 pitch from Cam Schlittler. And a swing and a miss. Gets him on the pitch low in the zone. And Janier goes down swinging. Strikeout number 2 for Cam Schlittler. And there's 2 away now for Chase DeLauder.
Well, this is a guy you want up at the plate with the bases loaded. Chase has been terrific all summer, although Gareth has struggled with runners in scoring position. Just 125 on the summer.
DeLauder, left-handed bat, who singled his first time up. Bases loaded, 2 down. First pitch. And a check swing foul that rolls behind the plate into the backstop for a strike 1. Chase is 0 for 1 with the bases loaded with an RBI. 0-1. Is a high pop-up along the left field line, and it will go out of play as the third baseman Hood gives it a look. Quickly, 0-2 to DeLauder. Cam Schlittler in a tough spot, having to face one of the best power hitters here on the Cape. 0-2 in the dirt, and a swing and a miss. DeLauder is out as the catcher Tinsman just taps on home plate, and the inning is over. Firebirds, they do play the home run, and they do it on 2 hits, no errors, but they leave the bases loaded. It's a lead for Nathan Florence as he returns back to the hill. Top of the third coming up with Orleans up 1-0, and let's now throw it down to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah?
Yeah, I appreciate it, Gareth. One of the cooler things about coming to Cape League games, especially here at Eldridge, is you never know who you are going to see. And lo and behold, in the pregame warm-ups today, legend of the game, Al Leiter, was out there on the field, spent some time out east, and has a special relationship with the Orleans Firebirds because of his relationship with the skip, Kelly Nicholson. And he was working with some of the guys before the game in the dugout. You can see him quizzing Nick Wallerstad, Jake Som on their different pitches they use, their different scenarios. And even one of the other southpaws on the team, Zack Morris, was working on a flat ground with him. And I talked to Zack and asked him, how cool is it to work with a guy who played 19 seasons in the big league and kind of just get that wealth of information from him. And Zack was like, it's pretty darn cool just being able to learn from the best of the best. So Al Leiter in the house usually makes an appearance at Eldridge Park. Didn't know if it was going to happen this year, but in the final game of the season, Leiter is in town, and he's in town to teach all the guys on the team, share his baseball knowledge, and help develop these guys what they came here to do, and now just enjoying the game. So cool to see somebody like Al. There's a lot of other cool guests. Like I said, Bill Lee played in the 60s, 70s for the Red Sox, still plays ball. Going to interview him in a couple innings. So, next season, if you want to come to an Orleans Firebirds game, definitely get here early, scout it out, because you never know who you're going to see, guys.
Yes, indeed. Thanks so much, Noah. Al Leiter here at Eldridge Park, as the first pitch to Prez Kavanaugh is low for ball 1. His son, Jack, who just signed with the Texas Rangers as a number 2 overall pick in this year's draft, as Kavanaugh takes a pitch low, 2-0. Jack Leiter, who was supposed to pitch for Orleans last summer in 2020, but of course COVID took away the season, as Kavanaugh with a strike at the knees, called by home plate umpire John LeBone. 2-1. Boy, that team was supposed to have Jack Leiter and Gunnar Hoagland from Ole Miss, 2 first-round guys from this year, as Kavanaugh swings and pops one foul behind home plate, and so it's 2-2 to Perez Kavanaugh, who right now leads the Cape in batting average. The UNC Greensboro outfielder sporting a .347 batting average before this ball game. 2-2 is a big chopper up the middle, softly hit. Marcano charging, Fields throws to first, and they got him. A high throw from Marcano. Trey Hartman, the big first baseman, using all of his 6'4" frame to haul that high throw in. And there's one away in the third. Kavanaugh is retired.
And Marcano had to be as quick as possible with that exchange, and boy, he was. Ball was in the glove and out of it in less than a blink of an eye. And the Firebirds defense, although the one error on the board, has been pretty stellar so far, Garrett. Some highlight plays behind Nathan Florence.
First pitch to Chris Newell is a fastball that skips past Mike Chavis and goes to the backstop for ball 1. So as I was mentioning, last year's roster, think about if you're an opposing hitter having to face Jack Leiter one day and then Gunnar Hoagland the next day, as Newell takes a fastball on the outside for a called strike. 1-1.
Sounds hard.
I mean, that's just not fair. 2 phenom pitchers in the SEC that went in the first round. 1-1, look out. Heads up to Carter Putz out there on the on-deck circle as he has to duck out of that foul ball on the left side. 1-2 to Chris Newell, who bounced out to short in his first at-bat against Nathan Florence. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Florence from the windup deals. And a curveball called strike 3, right at the top of the strike zone. Newell goes down looking. Second strikeout for Nathan Florence. And there's 2 away for the Harwich 3-hitter, Dylan Phillips.
Florence is settled in here. See if he can have his first 1-2-3 inning. Again, a thin bullpen, Gareth, a thin pitching staff. Guys have to go the distance.
First pitch to Phillips, and a wave and a miss. Boy, he broke down Phillips' swing on that breaking ball in the dirt. Strike 1. 1-0 Firebirds.
As you like to say, Gareth, a half-hearted swing.
You know my sayings.
I mean, I sleep in the same room as you.
0-1 pitch is a changeup below the knees for a called strike 2. 0-2.
You're a good roommate.
Thank you. I like to think I'm pretty clean and
Oh,
tidy.
You are.
Yeah.
Our room is clean. Our moms will be proud.
0-2. Fastball just a bit outside. 1-2 to Dylan Phillips out of Kansas State. Florence ready, and the pitch. Big curveball, high fly ball, shallow center field. Racing back Jeanier. McKenzie now coming in. He'll call off Jeanier and make the running catch, and the inning is over.
Around the Cape and get you the scores from today's action. 5 games today. Everybody is playing, but 4 teams are already finished. At Stony Brook, a game that started at 4, the Brewster Whitecaps down to the Hyannis Harbor Hawks 4-0 in a sprint of a game, 2 hours and 23 minutes. But that's not the fastest game of the night. YD defeated Chatham 8-1 in a 2-hour, 17-minute sprint at Red Wilson Field. YD playoff hopes are eliminated for the Red Sox, but they're still playing for pride as they down the Anglers. Top of the 7th at Doran Park, a preview of the Eastern playoffs with Cotuit and Bourne, and it's all Bravos, 8-1 over the Cotuit Cavaliers. Top of the 5th at Spillane Wareham, a 3-0 lead over the Falmouth Commodores. The Gatemen with the advantage. 2 teams nearing elimination, or Falmouth a game away from being eliminated from the playoffs, and Wareham is eliminated. So a lot of teams just playing for pride, playing for stats at this point. Big score that jumps off the board, Gareth, in that preview of the West Division playoffs. It's Bourne 8, Cotuit 1.
And that's interesting because Bourne has only won 4 of their last 10 for a team that was so dominant for, 6 weeks of the season. And Katuitt, that's a team that's red hot. They had won 5 prior to that result right now, down by 7, heading into the top of the 7th against Bourne. So that will be a fun matchup this weekend as Tyler Locklear, right-handed batter, takes a curveball in tight for ball 1. It'll go T-Lock, Trey Hartman, and Jeff Costello. 4, 5, and 6 batters do up against Cam Schlittler. The righty throws, and Locklear swings and golfs one foul down the right field line. 1-1. Locklear, who was hit by a pitch back in the first inning. He just got drilled on the back of the numbers with a curveball. Painless for T-Lock. 1-1. Breaking ball on the ground to short. Backhanded stop by Preisner. His throw in the dirt and dug out by Phillips. He loses the ball momentarily, but that was on the exchange. And so there's one away. Nice couple of plays by Phillips at first. He has had to dig out a couple of balls in the dirt thrown by his infielders. And so one down now for Trey Hartman here in the 3rd inning. Trey Hartman bounced out to short his first time up. First pitch, chases a high fastball for strike 1. 0-1 to the future Stetson Hatter. Trying to increase his hitting streak to 9 games. Currently on an 8-game hitting streak as he rolls this one down the left field line. There's the 9-game hitting streak for you as Hartman rounds first. Digging it out is the left fielder Lazaro. It goes out of play into the seats down the left field line. It'll go for a automatic double. Trey Hartman, 9 consecutive games with the hit. And he's at second with 1 down now for Jeff Costello.
Trey Hartman, how about 4 doubles over this hitting streak? He has been terrific as he gets into scoring position. Easily the hottest batter on this team right now.
Here's Costello, right-handed bat, facing off against his college teammate for the 2nd time. Takes a first pitch fastball on the outer third for strike 1. 0-1 to Costello, who bounced out to 3rd his first time up. Schlittler, a Northeastern Husky, pitching to another Northeastern Husky here in this last of the 3rd. Long look at second, 0-1, and Costello with a little looper into shallow right center field. Coming on and racing in to make the catch is the right fielder Kavanaugh out in shallow right center. 2 down as he really ranged far to his left to track that sinking line drive. Nice play from the UNC Greensboro right fielder. And there's 2 down, a runner at second for Luke Keischel.
Yeah, that was dead sprint from the break to the baseball. I mean, he was full speed to make sure Costello did not pick up the knock. And now can the guy who doubled his last time up bring home Trey Hartman, who doubled his, and he's at second.
Keischel, who broke out of an 0 for 15 slump with a double back in the 2nd inning. First hit in 3 games for the San Francisco left fielder. First pitch, off the end of the bat, looped into left field, ranging over to his right. Now coming on in to make the catch is left fielder Lazaro. And that will do it for the 3rd. No runs on 1 hit, no errors, 1 left stranded. Firebirds have stranded 6 so far in this ball game as we head now to the 4th here on the Birds Broadcast Network. 1-0 Orleans when we come back. Top four here from Eldridge Park. And a new pitcher now for the Firebirds. Coming in now to pitch for after Nathan Florence is the lefty Zack Morris. Zack making his 11th appearance on the summer, and he's been terrific for the Firebirds. A 1.5 ERA in 10 appearances. 18 innings, 20 strikeouts over 10 walks. Left-hander who is coming off a nice performance against YD on Friday. Pitched 2 in the third scoreless innings, allowed just 1 hit, walked 3, and struck out 2. And Morris will come in now and face the middle of the order for Harwich. Carter Putz, Josh Hood, and Zach Preisner. Gareth Kwok alongside Noah Searson.
Yeah, you know, it's the final game of the season, so we're pulling out all the stops. In case you're wondering, I'll give you the slight little scouting report on Morris. He's going to come in with a fastball sitting 91, 92. You saw it right there. He's also got a pretty dang good curveball at his disposal. Got a lot of late break on that one, and then also has a changeup he whips out occasionally. He's at his best when he can groove that changeup in there, but at the end of the day, fastball, curveball guy.
1-0 pitch is a swing and a miss. Count even at 1. Look at you knowing the scouting report on Zack Morris.
You know, I dabble. I dabble a little bit. I'm definitely not a play-by-play aficionado, but I try. I try when I'm in the booth.
1-1 misses low and away. 2-1. Yeah, I mean, you got to use your previous background, right, to your advantage, obviously, right?
Yeah, I mean, I would like to say I can talk in front of a camera. This is a different animal, and I have, you know, an incredible amount of respect for this this profession. But it is fun sitting next to you guys in the booth, and as always, watch some great baseball.
2-1 misses away, and it's now 3-1. I don't think, are we ever going to find a game where we just switch roles and just like you and Cole just do play-by-play and, you know, I'll just do sideline or all right, and then Carlo does sideline?
Well, so the funny thing about that is a lot of times the players will come up to me and be like, all right, I'm interviewing you today. And I'm like, let's do it. We are almost 40 games into this, nearing the end of the year. I am ready. I'm ready to get funky.
Well, what's the weirdest question that they've asked you? Or what questions do they try and ask you?
You know, they ask me a lot of questions that probably, you know, I don't know if they are Firebirds media safe. But you know, they like to do reports. Often, like, the camera's sitting there, first base sideline. I saw one time, you know, Tyler Locklear got in front of the camera. You had Connor Cox behind it, and Connor was like, now I'm tossing it to Tyler Locklear. And he goes, what's going on? I'm on the side. And they tried to, you know, kind of like act it out. So I think there's definitely a lot of future baseball talent out here, but even further, maybe a little bit of sports media talent as well.
Putz walks. Here's Josh Hood out of North Carolina State. Takes the first pitch up high. Yeah, so maybe we'll see if baseball doesn't work out for Max Radjic specifically. We might have to see you on the local weatherman.
No, he could definitely work the green screen. He's got the persona for it, and he's multifaceted. He's also a magician, so he's definitely got a couple different routes in the entertainment business.
1-0, swing and a miss on the fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike to Josh Hood. Gareth Kwok alongside our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Carlo Jimenez on assignment for the next inning. He didn't really tell me what the assignment was. He just said, I gotta go on an important mission. 1-1 is a swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Yeah, Carlo, he's a little sneaky bugger. You know, he doesn't love to run, but he can run if he needs to, especially out to the locker room. Sometimes you got to handle an emergency, and his speed definitely gets a lot quicker.
That's where all those conditioning plays out, right? That's where it all comes out to play, right?
Yeah, it's a wild time out there. There are a lot of wild stories. And one of the more interesting infrastructures I've seen out here, it's band shell, locker room, water fridge, bathroom.
You're giving the viewers
that's a multi-use facility right there.
It ain't no Charles F. Moore Jr. bandstand and field house. There's a lot that goes into that. There's like a clubhouse. There's some fridges out there.
Oh, absolutely. You could live out there.
Can't take the water though, unfortunately. Right?
No. Well, you're not supposed to.
2-2. Bouncing ball up the middle. Marcano fields it. Glove flip to second for one. The turn to first is not in time. David Marcano flashing the leather. Nice glove flip to second to get the lead out. One away here in the fourth inning. Were you able to play off some of those types of highlight reel plays?
In my days?
In your days,
oh,
yeah.
So, I could flash the glove corner third first baseman for the most part. So nothing like that, and I certainly never had the swagger of Peyton. But, I'd like to think that you put me out there, I'm making at least a play.
Okay. I like that. I like to hear that. Noah Searson, he's making plays. He's got a short-term memory. Runner goes on the first pitch. They're going to test out Chavis' arm. Here's the throw to second. Not in time. Very close throw, but Josh Hood swipes second. That's his fourth stolen bag on the summer. Boy, they just said, Mike, we're going to challenge you.
Well, and, that was a decent throw right there. And more broadly speaking, what a moment for Mike, not only to get into the game the other night. I was in the bullpen when he got the call. Housley's coming in, Mike's coming with him. And he looked like, a child on Christmas morning ready to open gifts. Like, he was ecstatic to get in the game. And for Kelly, not only to give him that moment, but also give him the start today, it just kind of shows to what kind of guy Skip is. He wants to help people out, help them with their growth. And that doesn't only apply to the guys on the field. It applies to the bullpen catchers. It applies to us as well. So he truly cares about giving everybody in the organization the best opportunity possible. And for Mike, that's starting the final game at Eldridge tonight.
And a 2-0 is up high. 3 balls, no strikes. Chavis going to call for time and go talk to Zack Morris. I mean, he told you at postgame, like, he didn't even have his cleats on, right? He was, like, just totally caught off guard.
He did not have his cleats on, and he kind of just told me the entire day, like, if you would have told me, he said, when I was a kid, if you would have told me I was out here with the best of the best, I would think you were joking. This is a kid from Worcester State University, used to play in the D3 ball, so he's a college baseball player, but nowhere near what he's used to when he plays out here. So it's just an awesome story to see him in the game, and especially, anybody that knows Chavis, he gets along with all the guys. He's a really nice dude, so it's also kind of the added benefit of seeing great things happen to great people.
3-0, fastball right down the middle, 3 balls and strike. 1-0 Orleans, top 4. Gareth Kwok, our sideline reporter Noah Searson filling in a little bit here on the broadcast. Runner at second and 1 down. Orleans trying to break a 4-game losing streak and end this year with a home victory in their final home game of the season. And a swing and a miss. Count is now 3-2. It was funny because when he drew the walk in his first plate appearance, they'd celebrate like it was he hit a walk-off home run.
Oh, absolutely. That was kind of a weird game how it ended up, but there's been a lot of games like that this season where they may have not fell in the Firebirds' way, but there are a lot of small wins you can take even in these games, especially when it's developmental. And a game like last night with Sam, like seeing him have that sort of performance is so amazing to see.
Well, Preisner draws the walk. Here's now Brendan Tinsman, the catcher out of Wake Forest. I mean, that's just a great point that you bring up there. As here is Tinsman, who is grounded into a fielder's choice in his first time up. Right-handed batter, first pitch. And the fastball is low for ball 1. No, I know you're working on a big-time story. You want to maybe promote that and tease it a little bit to our audience?
Yeah, so I got a couple things in the works, but related more to Chavis and also one of the other bullpen catchers, Costas. I wanted to cover them because they're not guys that see the media's limelight very often or, we necessarily talk about, but they both have awesome stories in totally individual ways, and it all comes back to their relationship with the guys on the team, the relationship with Skip and his willingness to help him out. Chavis getting in the game tonight, so awesome to see. He's so excited. And even Costas, he's a guy who wanted to play college baseball next year, so he kind of worked with Skip to find a spot, and he's settling in on probably playing some ball down in SoCal at Providence at JUCO. So I kind of just wanted to talk to them about that because there's a lot of cool things that can happen when you're just around the team. It's not just the guys on the field. It's everybody that helps out, and everybody benefits from being out here.
1 ball, no strikes to Tinsman with a runner at second and first, 1 down. And a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike 1. I mean, when you talk to these guys like, Costas and Mike before the game, I mean, they're just overall good guys.
Oh, they're good guys, and it's funny because you can tell they're just happy to be here and be involved with the team. Just coming to the ballpark every day, getting to chat it up with all the guys. All the guys, period, on this team are amazing. So to get to, hang out with them, and it's just such a fun time.
Well, I mean, I saw yesterday for our post-game dinner, I saw Costas, and he was laughing out loud. He was about to fall out of his seat with some of the guys.
Oh, absolutely. And they definitely have a good relationship with all of them, and especially in the bullpen, you get the occasional kind of teasing each other, banter with each other, and they definitely receive that too, which kind of signifies that they're definitely, quote-unquote, one of the boys out there.
1-2 is fouled off. Count remains 1-2 to Brendan Tinsman. Couldn't have asked for a better day here at Orleans, better night to end the home schedule and the home slate. One ball and 2 strikes. Look over at second, and now the pitch. A swing and a foul from Tinsman, and the count is now 1-2. Gareth Kwok alongside Noah Searson here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Our sideline guy filling in as it's like our color commentator.
Yeah, it's not a position I find myself in too often, but when I can, I love to be back here, throw on the headset, chop it up.
You're doing a fantastic job. 1-2, runners go, is a swing and a miss. Chavis' throw down to third, not in time.
Wow.
Oh, I thought I was pulling for Mike Chavis there, that he would get a guy.
That was going to be a heavy Mike Breen bang if he got him out, which, he just like the throw to second, he put that on the money. Throw to third a lot shorter. So Chavis, the guy, you see him out here, it's clear he doesn't have the arm strength of some of these other catchers. But, he put it on the money there and definitely made it a tough call for the ump.
Ooh, I think just a little quicker of a release, and I think they get him. 2-2. Bouncing ball back to Zack Morris. He picks it up, throws to home. Here's the tag, and they got him. Mike Chavis blocking home plate, applying the tag on Josh Hood, trying to come home. This game remains a 1-run lead for Orleans, and there's 2 down with runners on the corners. And here comes now Jake Lazaro. Boy, Mike's been busy behind the plate.
He really is, and that almost showed the ultimate disrespect from the Mariners because there was no way that they were going to be able to get home. That was a comebacker straight to Morris. I think they were more gambling on the fact of, how would Chavis, react in that sort of situation. But he stood his ground, was a brick house, got in front of the bag in a safe way, and got the tag out.
How about Mike Chavis Jr.? We've had a lot of great stories here.
Oh, absolutely.
On the Firebirds. Just when it comes to the bullpen catchers, guys that maybe weren't supposed to be here on the Cape in general, but then they start finding success here on the Cape, like a David Marcano or a Luke Keishel.
Absolutely. Or of late, Trey Hartman.
Trey Hartman.
I mean, he wasn't even playing summer ball, and he's been on a, 8-game hitting streak?
What does Matt Troop call him?
9?
9 games?
I think Troop calls him Big Donkey. If I can do my best impression. Which, if we're being honest, he's a larger fellow.
0-2 is low and away. There have been a couple of instances where our cameraman is in the line of fire with Trey chugging in for a foul ball.
Oh, my good. Shout out our graphics guy.
Nick Riccio.
I would not be one staring down the barrel of Trey Hartman running me over full speed. I am, I love this job. I love what I do. I am not taking a Trey Hartman hit.
1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Zack Morris gets Jake Lazaro. He worked his way out of the jam. Harwich unable to score in the top of the fourth. No runs on no hits, no errors. 2 are left stranded. We'll be right back here on the Birds Broadcast Network with Orleans up 1-0 here as we enter the bottom of the fourth. Back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Gareth Kwok alongside Carlo Jimenez here. And our sideline reporter Noah Sears. And David Marcano takes the first pitch fastball inside. On the inside corner for a called strike, I should say. No balls and a strike. Zack Morris got into a bit of a jam in the fourth, but he got out of it without allowing a run. Cam Schlittler with a fastball low and away for ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike. David Marcano, Mike Chavis Jr., and Jared McKenzie do it up as Marcano with a swing and a miss. And the count now 1-2. David Marcano, who drew a walk his first time up. 1-2 in the dirt. And it's now 2-2. Still no wind out in right center tonight. It's been a very, very mild day when it comes to the wind. There's another beautiful day temperature-wise in the mid-70s. Now starting to cool down as well. The sun beginning to set. 2-2, fastball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. David Marcano goes down looking, and that's strikeout number 4 for Cam Schlittler, and there's one away. So here's now Mike Chavis Jr. In his first at bat, he was hit by a pitch. Hasn't recorded an official at bat just yet, as he takes a first pitch fastball right down the middle for strike 1, 0-1. He's done a nice job behind the plate tonight, looking to maybe tack on his first Cape League hit, as the pitch is low in the dirt for ball 1. 1-1 the count. Jared McKenzie on deck. 1-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. 85 on the gun from Schlittler. And it's 1-2 to the Worcester State University catcher, Mike Chavis Jr. 1 ball, 2 strikes. From the windup and the pitch. Look out, almost hits his legs as it's inside. 2-2. Boy, if he got hit again, you get hit twice. Now, that would be quite The first career start, I should say. 2-2. Check swing, and Chavis Jr. went around. Tinsman will throw the first to complete the putout, and there's 2 away.
So back-to-back strikeouts here for Schlittler. To begin this 4th inning, he looks like he's settled down now as he works through the order for the 3rd time.
That's now 5 strikeouts for Schlittler, and here's now Jared McKenzie. Was driven in the only run of the ball game for Orleans tonight with an RBI single up the middle in the 2nd. First pitch, fastball on the other half for a called strike, 0-1. J-Mac, who has been very consistent down the stretch this last week and a half for Orleans. A wave and a miss on the breaking ball outside, and it's now 0-2. A nice peachy color out in right center field, as you can see there. On the sunset. 0-2. And the pitch is up high for ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On deck is Peyton Chanier for the Firebirds. 1 ball and 2 strikes. And the pitch is a swing and a miss on the changeup low and away. Strikeout number 6 for Cam Schlittler, and he strikes out the side. As we'll head now to the 5th. 1-0 Orleans when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Your Orleans Firebirds would like to thank Franklin Sports for their sponsorship of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Franklin is yet again proud to be the official batting glove of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Throughout the summer, all 10 Cape League teams are wearing their own custom team batting gloves, courtesy of Franklin Sports. To order your favorite team's design or to create your own, visit franklinsports.com/custom. Enter code CCBL20 for 20% off your purchase. From Cape Cod to the Major Leagues, only the best in baseball, wear Franklin Sports. Catchers aren't the only ones protecting home. With Rogers Gray, you have more coastal homeowners insurance options and a true expertise in their people. Protect your home with Rogers Gray. Rogers Gray is a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League. Learn more at rogersgray.com. Well, this is awkward.
What's up?
Because if you thank me, but I'm doing the play-by-play, so I can't really thank you because I did the reads.
Why don't you just thank yourself?
Oh, great reads, Carlo. Agreed.
Why not? Why not, right?
I mean, I guess you can. I don't want to sound conceited, but it's not bad. To the 5th inning we go. A 1-0 Orleans lead, hanging on by a shoestring, and it will be the 9-1 two-hitters for the Harwich Mariners. Mac McDermott, then Prez Kavanaugh, and Chris Newell. A cool and beautiful Monday night, the final home game of the summer at Eldridge Park. Right-hander McDermott looks on, lefty Morris deals, and McDermott swings and misses. The elbow pad in his back pocket pops out as he tosses it to the side, and the bat boy picks it up. In the count, no balls and 1 strike. Morris, starting his 2nd inning of work, likes the first sign, 0-1. And a swing and another foul back towards the on-deck circle of Harwich, where Prez Kavanaugh is getting warm. And no balls and 2 strikes. McDermott in the hole. He struck out looking his last time up. The flag quiet in center. The final taste of daylight above the tree line here in Orleans, Massachusetts. 0-2. Swing and a miss. 3 pitches, 3 strikes. And the 2nd strikeout of the night for Zack Morris. As up comes Prez Kavanaugh. Morris strikes out Lazaro to end the 4th, and strikes out McDermott to begin the 5th, as up comes the leadoff hitter, who's 0 for 2. Orleans 1 run coming in the 2nd inning. Harwich, while they have brought base runners aboard, first pitch home. Left-handed batter swings and lifts one into center field. Coming in, the center fielder McKenzie. He slides and makes the catch. Jared McKenzie. robs Prez Kavanaugh of a base hit. Zeros still across the board, and up comes Chris Newell.
Jared McKenzie, who's been a very solid defensive outfielder for the Firebirds all summer long, sprinting in on that sinking line drive to take away a hit from Prez Kavanaugh.
Another lefty on lefty here with Newell. Bases empty, 2 outs. The pitch. Big breaking ball in there for a strike. No balls and 1 strike to Newell. Bases empty and a 1-0 Orleans lead. I was just about to say, Gareth, Harwich has brought runners aboard, but they don't have a hit today. Here with 2 outs in the visitor half of the 5th. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Morris dealing. No balls and 2 strikes to Newell, who struck out looking back in the 3rd. Just 4 pitches in this inning for Morris to retire 2 batters. And he's got an 0-2 count on Chris Newell. Peeks over the glove. He kicks. 0-2. Swing and a miss. That will do it. Efficiency at its finest from Zack Morris. He goes 7 pitches, good for 3 outs and 2 strikeouts. That's his 3rd of the game. We will head to the home half of the 5th inning here at Eldridge Park. Firebirds still up 1-0 over Harwich. Welcome back to the Birds Broadcast Network. Carly Jimenez alongside my good friend Gareth Clark as we begin the home half of the 5th inning. 1-0 Orleans over Harwich. And it'll be the 2, 3, 4 spots for the Firebirds. Peyton Chatinier, Chase DeLauder, and Tyler Locklear. Orleans trying to add to the Singleton advantage. Cam Schlittler begins his 5th inning of work. The righty kicks and deals. And Chatinier swings and fouls one straight back. Off the netting as the ball boy will jog around Chase DeLauder, pick it up with the right hand. And the count, no balls and 1 strike to Peyton Chatinier. Chatinier 0 for 9 in his last 3 games, looking to get out of a slump. 1-2. And he takes low. 1 ball and 1 strike. 1 run, 4 hits, 1 error for Orleans. Zeros across the board for Harwich. 1-1. Chatinier rolls one slowly to the shortstop. Shortstop Preisner charges, gloves it from the infield grass. He lines one to first. And Peyton Chatinier retired for the 3rd time today. And up comes Chase DeLauder, the left-handed batter. The final home game of the summer for the Orleans Firebirds. Trying to defeat Harwich for the 3rd time. Harwich, the only Eastern Division opponent who has yet to beat Orleans. Firebirds are 2-0-1 against the Mariners. First pitch. And the lefty looks at a strike. Paints the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike to him. Firebirds have left 6 on base so far in this one. 0-1. And a swing and a ground ball towards second. Second baseman McDermott slides to his right, gloves it on the backhand, gets to his feet, throws to first in time. What a play by McDermott at second. Able to cut that ball off from going up the middle, and he steals a base hit from Chase DeLauder.
As up comes Tyler Locklear.
Yeah, I didn't think off the bat that McDermott was going to be able to make that play on the backhand. And especially with a guy like DeLather who runs well, but he's able to get enough on that throw.
It's the righty Tyler Locklear who looks at a first pitch strike away. 2 outs, base is empty. 1-0 Orleans over Harwich in the bottom of the 5th inning here at Eldridge Park. Firebirds trying to play spoiler as the 0-1 misses low and in. And Harwich and Brewster, officially the 2 teams in the playoffs for the East. Firebirds have been eliminated for a couple days now. But Orleans can make sure Harwich does not get home field. 1-1. Big breaking ball. Misses inside. 2 balls and a strike to Tyler Locklear. The wind quiet. The flag in center. Silent. 2-1. And that gets Locklear for the 2nd time today. He's hit by Cam Schlittler as he will jog down to first. Another bruise, another base for Tyler Locklear. And up comes Trey Hartman with 1 on and 2 gone.
Had a very funny sound when it hit the elbow, and I think it's because it hit his elbow guard, so it sort of deadened the impact and deadened the sort of just that contact between the pitch. So looks like Locklear's all right, and Trey Hartman will get a chance now to extend the inning.
Right-handed batter looks on with Locklear at first. 1-0 Orleans, bottom 5. First pitch home. Misses high. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes to Trey Hartman. Hartman doubled his last time up in the 3rd, extended his 8-game hitting streak to 9. Hitting .400 over the last 9 games. As he continues to be a nice surprise for this Firebirds team. Schlittler, a long look, the 1-0. Swing and a miss. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. I mean, Trey Hartman, a guy who is literally sitting on his couch and is now hitting .347. Got the call and said, why not? I'll give it a try. And in his first game, which came against this Mariner team, 1-1. Swing and a miss. Breaking ball downstairs. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Picked up the first RBI of the game. We should have known then. Trey Hartman has been terrific for Orleans. On his way to Florida to become a Stetson Hatter. 2 outs, 1-0 Firebirds. Locklear at first. Bottom of the 5th. Preisner set to the belt. Stares in. Throws to first. Locklear back on a head-first slide. As he dirties up the front of those HDMH uniforms. An all-white look for the Birds. Back-to-back days with the all-whites, Gareth. And you got to nod your cap to the Laundry boys. These are some clean unis after yesterday's all-white appearance. 1-2. And a swing and a line drive down the left field line, headed for the corner. Locklear hits the bag at second. He's headed for third. The stop sign put up by Brendan Igerbro. Another double for Trey Hartman as he scurries into second. And the Firebirds have 2 in scoring position with 2 outs for Jeff Costello.
I mean, the at-bats that Trey Hartman has been putting together have been just so clean and steady. He really loves that left field side and pulls it down the left field line. And make that now 2 doubles for him tonight.
So the Firebirds with 2 in scoring position. They've left 6 on base tonight. Can they capitalize? Only 1 run on the board for their 5 total hits. Righty Costello looks on. He's 0 for 2. Schlittler takes a step back, kicks, deals. Upstairs on the fastball. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes to Jeff Costello. Costello has reached in his last 5 games for Orleans, 1-0. And he swings and rolls one on the ground. Backhanded by the third baseman, Hood, and he's going to have, that's a foul ball. That's a foul ball. Ooh. Getting a little ahead of myself. Looked like a fair ball. Thought Josh Hood gloved it in fair territory, but not so fast, says home plate umpire John LeBon. And Costello will have to jog back. Tyler Locklear sets his bat on its bat head, and he'll pick it up and look towards Schlittler. What'd you see, Gareth?
I mean, it's tough to tell from our angle, but Josh Hood would have had to make a tremendous throw deep at third. You get a guy who runs well in Costello. That certainly helps out Harwich on that foul ball.
And the 1-1. Misses inside. And the count, 2 balls and a strike to Costello. Locklear was hit by a pitch. Harmon doubled. Firebirds have 2 in scoring position with 2 outs, looking to add to their shoestring lead over Harwich. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Costello takes a big hack at a breaking ball. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Luke Keishel awaiting on deck. He doubled and scored in the second, the only run of the game for Orleans. 2-2. Costello lines one to third. This one's foul again. Hood on the backhand. Drifted into foul territory. Costello shattered his bat. Luke Keishel will go into the dugout as he is handed a bat by David Marcano, who will relay it to Costello. And Costello with a new piece of lumber heads to the batter's box. The light all but gone here at Eldridge Park. The final home game of the summer, and the Firebirds looking to end a 4-game slide and down the Harwich Mariners. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2 on. Bottom 5. Preisner likes the sign. He kicks 2-2. And Costello lines one, backhanded by the shortstop Preisner. To his left, long throw to first. Got him! Zack Preisner with a terrific play at shortstop, ranging to his right. From the outfield grass, his throw skipped in, and Jeff Costello is retired. Once again, the Firebirds leave runners on base, 2 this time, and a grand total of 8 left aboard through 5 innings. We will head to the 6th, 1-0 Orleans through 5. Welcome back to the Birds Broadcast Network. Carlo Jimenez alongside my good friend Gareth Kwok as we trot into the 6th inning. Orleans 1, Harwich 0. And it will be the 3, 4, 5 hitters for the Mariners as they look for their first hit of the night. Second pitcher of the game for Orleans, Zack Morris begins his 3rd inning of work. Lefty on lefty, facing Phillips. The pitch. Strike at the top of the zone. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. The wind quiet in center. The sun is down. The lights are on. As Morris doesn't like the first sign, agrees with the second. 0-1. Breaking ball. Misses downstairs. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Round 4 between these two teams. Firebirds have won 2 of the rounds and tied the other. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Phillips out in front of the curveball. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Morris with 3 strikeouts so far tonight, coming off a 7-pitch 5th inning in which he struck out 2 batters. Can't be more efficient than that. 1-2. Another wave and another strikeout for Zack Morris. His 4th of the game as he begins the 6th with a K. And up comes Carter Putz with 1 away and the base is empty.
And this is the Zack Morris that we've seen for most of this season. A guy who he can rack up the strikeouts, and he's just got a big over-the-top delivery that really fools any opposing hitter.
It'll be the righty Carter Putz. First pitch home. Putz takes a strike away. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Visitor half of the 6, 1-0 Orleans, protecting the 1-run lead, Gareth. Playing with fire a little bit against this Harwich team. A 1. And a swing and a fly ball down the right field line onto the hill for a souvenir. A packed hill tonight. Sea of lawn chairs covering the grassy knoll. And this is a Harwich team that their bats have been hot. Last 10 games averaging 7 runs. 0-2. And another swing and a miss. Back-to-back strikeouts for Zack Morris. 3 in a row and his 5th on this Monday night.
That curveball has been working for him all night long. It's a sharp breaker. It kind of gets up on you real quick as a hitter, especially when you're anticipating a fastball. You just don't have enough time to react. It's a nice pitch from Morris.
Right-handed batter Hood looks on. Morris deals. Hood takes a strike low. No balls and 1 strike to him. Josh Hood walked in the 2nd, reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Looked like he might be the first run of the game. A 1. And he hacks 1 foul back to the screen. Morris in the driver's seat. No balls and 2 strikes. Came home on a ground ball to the left side of the infield, but was tagged out by Michael Chavis. 0-2. Low and away. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Zeros across the board for Harwich. Firebirds with 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error on this Monday night at Eldridge Park. The final home game of the summer. 1-2. And a ball, swing and a foul tap back to the screen. Hood stays alive as he spoils that breaking ball. And the count remains at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Josh Hood, who was actually drafted this year, 20th round pick by the Red Sox, number 586. 1-2. And he stays alive again. Taps another pitch back to the screen. Just off the end of the bat. And the count holds 1 ball and 2 strikes. Hood did not start his summer, though, here on the Cape League. He was actually at the Coastal Plains League, where he had 4 home runs in 11 games with the Holly Spring Salamanders. 1-2. And he takes low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. In 45 at-bats, hit .289 for the Salamanders and picked up 12 RBIs, along with those 4 home runs. Bases empty, 2 outs, 1-0 Orleans, top 6, 2-2. And another ball, foul tap to the screen. Josh Hood making Zack Morris work. And the count holds 2-2.
Like a foul ball at us. He's been fouling the ball right in our direction every time.
Should have brought my glove. Every time I tell myself that.
You've never brought it.
I have never brought it. That is very true. Morris kicks 2-2. Swinging a high fly ball way up there into left field. Left fielder Keishel on the jog. He'll set up his campfire. The tent is nicely propped up. He reaches up and makes the catch, and that will do it. A 1-2-3. Top of the 6th inning. Zack Morris continues his brilliance, and Harwich still searching for hit number 1. We'll head to the home half of the 6th here on the Birds Broadcast Network. It's Firebirds 1, Harwich nothing at Eldridge Park. to the home half of the 6th inning here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Carlo Jimenez alongside my friend, my roommate, my pal, Gareth Kwok.
Oh, my Lord.
As we begin this 6th inning, new pitcher on the mound. It's Brandon Walker, the righty out of Florida State, and a rising sophomore who hails from Tallahassee, Florida. What will we see from Mr. Walker, Gareth?
Yeah, what you're going to see is a hard fastball. He throws that fastball around 92, 95, and he has a big curveball as well. He's mostly just a two-pitch guy, fastball, curveball, and likes to attack up to these hitters. And so he's a guy who has good velocity.
Walker will face the righty Luke Keishel. First pitch home. Keishel takes the strike away. In the count, no balls and 1 strike to him. So the final line for Cam Schlittler tonight. He goes 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 earned run, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. 0-1. Skips to the backstop. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Keishel. Walker has had himself a little bit of a tough summer with this Harwich team. In 9 innings of work, he's got an even 14 ERA. He's walked 11 and struck out just 5. First pitch, 1-1. Keishel fouls it back. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes.
Yeah, this is definitely by far Schlittler's best outing. Season high in strikeouts, season high in innings. He saved his best for last against this Orleans team. Firebirds fortunate enough to grab a run against Schlittler tonight.
Walker looks on, 1-2. Breaking ball misses high. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Luke Keishel. Keishel, well, he had a 3-game hitless streak going and has turned that into a 2-game hitting streak, a mini one, with a hit yesterday and 1 today. Bases empty, bottom 6, 1-0 Orleans. Nobody on. 2-2. Off the outside. And 3 balls and 2 strikes to the 7-hole hitter, Luke Keishel. Marcano on deck, and Garrett Guillemette in the hole. Guillemette into the ballgame for Michael Chavis, catcher out of USC. As Keishel steps out, the sun has set behind Nauset Regional Middle School. The lights at full strength. 3-2. Skips in, and a walk to Luke Keishel to begin the 6th inning. So Keishel jogs down to first. He scored the only run of the game for Orleans back in the 2nd. And he'll look to do the same here in the 6th with a leadoff walk as up comes David Marcano. Again, Walker's biggest struggle this summer has been that command. Now 16 walks to his 9 strikeouts. So if you're a Firebird hitter, you're taken unless you see something you really like, Gareth. Got to imagine we'll see a lot of long at-bats here. Keishel with the 3-step lead at first. Walker sets away from the chest. Marcano shows bunt. The first pitch, strike, paints the outside edge to the right-handed batter, David Marcano. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. David walked back in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th. Walker sets. Marcano shows bunt. 0-1. Way high. And the count, 1 ball, 1 strike to David. David living out his dream. In an interview earlier this summer with Gareth Kwok said playing on the Cape was something he's wanted to do since high school. And he's been a nice addition to this Orleans team. He shows bunt again. 1-1 again. Downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. So far hitting 188. Does have a solo home run and a pair of RBIs. And has reached in his last 8 games. Keishel leads at first after his walk. 2 balls and a strike to the righty Marcano. 2-1. And he bunts one down the first base line. That rolls foul. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes to him. Keishel, who jogged down to 2nd, flips his hair back, adjusts it, puts the helmet back on. Keishel, he's always making sure that hair is behind his head every time he puts the helmet on. And he's got some major league lettuce, Gareth. I mean, it is... Connor Cox came in here, and he had one of the best flow on the team. And then Keishel came in right around when Cox left, and I think Keishel might have taken the crown for the best flow on the team.
I think both of those guys are about as California as it gets.
Where's your California flow?
I don't have that.
2-2. Misses high. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Back-to-back full counts for Brandon Walker.
I can't grow luscious locks of blonde hair like Luke Keeschel and Connor Cox. If anything, it'd have to be unnatural, which I don't think I have any plan on doing.
Not yet. 3-2. There goes Keeschel. Swing and a miss. Marcano down with a strikeout. Throw into second. Bounces over the second baseman, McDermott, and into center field. And Newell in center struggles with it, and Keeschel will go to third. That ball went underneath the glove of the center fielder, Chris Newell, after it bounced over the second baseman, McDermott. And Luke Keeschel is up 180 feet. Helmet pops off. He'll adjust the hair once again, put the helmet on, and jog over towards the dugout.
Or is he called out?
He was definitely into second. I guess so. I thought he got into third without the throw, Gareth. What did you see? So righty Garrett Guillemette looks on, takes a big breaking ball that misses inside. No ball, 1 ball and no strikes to him. So Marcano strikes out, and Keeschel is thrown out trying to advance to third after it looked like he had beat the throw from Newell. 1-0 Orleans. 1-0. Guillemette takes away. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Confusion in the broadcast booth. How was Luke Keeschel called out? Base is empty, 2 away, bottom 6. 1-0 Orleans. The 2-0 is low. 3 balls and no strikes. So Schlittler goes 5 innings. Walker comes in, has back-to-back full counts. And now, after walking Keeschel and getting Marcano to strike out, there's 2 away. 3-0 and a 4-pitch walk. Garrett Guillemette takes the ball high. And in stands Jared McKenzie with 1 on and 2 gone. An odd play on the Keeschel trying to advance 90 extra feet. As in stands the left-handed batter, Jared McKenzie, who has got the only RBI of the night. A single back in the second. Guillemette at first. And the first pitch home. And a swing and a high pop-up on the infield. Left side of it, Preisner, the shortstop, on the back pedal. He backpedals into the left field grass and makes the catch. And that will do it for the bottom of the 6th. Firebirds get a walk, 2 of them. They leave 1 stranded, and that is all. We will head to the 7th inning here on the Birds Broadcast Network through 6. 1-0 Firebirds at Eldridge Park. Let's go to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Noah, what do you got?
What's going on, Carlo? Got one of the many special here tonight in the field, right field. Bill Lee, former Red Sox, an all-star for a year, and had a very storied major league career. And, you've had so many great stories to tell about your time just playing baseball. Still play baseball, by the way, which is pretty crazy. But I got to ask, I've had the opportunity, like a lot of people out here, to attend a Red Sox game, and it's been so cool to kind of see the timelessness of that park. But take me back to the 70s when you played for the Red Sox, got to play at Fenway. What was playing at Fenway like, and kind of what was the atmosphere and culture surrounding the games like?
It was back in black and white. We worked fast. We didn't get paid a lot. We had jobs in the off season, and we seemed to enjoy our time. It was nostalgic. I loved it. Then we got free agency and we started making more money. And then all these academics got into the game and started telling us what we were doing wrong. Now we're bigger, stronger. We have better bodies. We throw harder. We break down quicker. And the game's not nearly as nice as it used to be. But I love being here. It's always good to be out in right field. Because if you're left-handed like me, you're gauche. You're sinistre. You're sinister. And it's always a negative thing to be out in left field. So it's better to be in right field than to be in left field.
Well, I got to ask, you were saying before the game, you're actually in your baseball pants right now. play. I think you said you still throw like a heater at 70, correct? That's the scouting report?
Yeah, if you're throwing downhill and you're using, I'm throwing as hard as I can. I feel like I'm throwing as hard as I can. It just doesn't get there as quick. But I have a really good slow curveball. I have a good changeup, and I have good legs. I can kick my leg up high. I'm very flexible, and I exercise at 6 in the morning with a ballerina from Edmonton. Her name is Miranda Esmond White, and she's 71, and she's called Eccentrics, and it's like Gus Hoffling and Steve Carlton, wax on, wax off, and you just don't age.
All right, so I got to ask, when you're playing baseball for as long as you have, what keeps you going year in and year out? Because it's not like you haven't got everything you could have gotten and more out of the game that you love so much. So what keeps you coming to the park and still throwing complete games?
It's timeless. There's no time. You don't age. For like 2 hours and 47 minutes, you're young again. I love to hit. I love to run. And I like to compete. And there's a lot of guys out there that I still want to drill in life, And I wear Craig Nettles' baseball card up against the right cheek of my ass because he dumped me on my shoulders. So eventually I'll get to play against him. It may not be in heaven. It may be a little lower than that. But I'm going to drill him right in the ass when I get a chance.
Well, and finally, we'll have to wrap up here, but I got to ask, you're, a scholar, you went to USC and kind of have all this wealth of knowledge. As somebody like myself who's just 20, still in school, still trying to figure life out, what's your biggest word of advice just from what you've learned in life overall?
Learn how to exhale. It's not the breath you take in, it's what you breathe out. It's a cleansing yoga breath. And then, boom. It's like Billy Jack. I'm going to kick you on the right side of the head, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's how I live my life.
Well, I think it's safe to say this is by far my favorite interview I've done all year. Bill, thank you so much for the time during the game. I'll let you enjoy the rest of the game. And Carlo and Gareth, I hope you took that all in, that wealth of knowledge.
20 years old. Just trust me. you read The World Lit Only by Fire, and that's a start.
All right, it's on the reading list. Bill, appreciate it. I'll send it back to you guys in the booth.
All right, some life advice. Always love that, Gareth, from Bill Lee. Appreciate it always with Noah Sears. And Zach Preisner's at first. He breaks up the no-hitter through 6. As in stands the right-handed batter, Brandon Tinsman, the first pitch. And a swing and a foul back to the screen. So here we are in the top of the 7th inning. And it is a 1-0 Firebirds lead. Orleans hanging on, but the tying run is at first after Preisner bounced one up the middle, underneath the glove of the second baseman Chatton Yet. Morris looks on. He looks at first, the lefty deals home. And a swing and a foul over the bird's nest. Back towards Route 28, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bill Lee's biggest piece of advice, exhale. I like it.
Bill Lee, the one-time All-Star with the Red Sox.
Fight on.
From 1969 to 1982, big-time career with the Red Sox, 10 years.
Morris stares in, kicks high, 1-2. And a swing and a line drive into right, coming over the right fielder, Costello. He makes the catch, throw on to first to try to get Preisner, but he scurries back to the bag in time. All right, Gareth, ready? We're going to exhale.
There we go.
How'd that feel?
It actually felt really good. I think that's very practical for not just sports, but for us doing these broadcasts or anyone doing something that's very high pressure, right?
You know who'd be proud of us right now?
Who?
Jay Banfield.
Jay Banfield. Shout out to Jay if he's listening.
Left-handed batter Jake Lazaro in the box with Preisner at first and 1 away in the visitor half of the 7th. 1-0 Orleans, the pitch. He shows bunt, bunts it back towards the pitcher Morris, picks it up. The underhand flips to first in time to get Lazaro. On to second goes Preisner. And the Harwich Mariners have a runner in scoring position with 2 outs for the 9-hole hitter, Mac McDermott. So sacrifice bunt by Lazaro. And with Harwich struggling here tonight, untraditional struggles, a team that's hitting .295 in their last 10 games, and they have one hit on the board. They bunt Preisner over with one out and try to take advantage of an opportunity with a runner in scoring position, something they have not had a lot of tonight. Right-handed batter McDermott looks on. Morris looks at second, looks home, deals home. And a swing and a miss. No balls and one strike to Matt McDermott out of Coastal Carolina. McDermott coming off his first multi-hit game of the summer against Brewster, which broke a 6-game hitless streak for him. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout backwards and then forwards. Here comes an 0-1. He shows bunt. He bunts it hard down the left baseline. Third baseman Locklear picks it up on the bare hand, turns around, and watches Preisner jog back to third. A nice bunt by Matt McDermott gets him aboard. Preisner moves on to third, and the small ball working for the Harwich Mariners as the leadoff hitter comes up, the lefty Prez Kavanaugh.
Yeah, that was a beautiful push bunt right past the pitcher, Zack Morris, and out towards short, where David Marcano had no chance. Tyler Locklear would be the only hope. And even then, smart by Tyler to eat that ball up. And if maybe Marcano's covering third base, they get him at third because Preisner took a wide turn around third. But now Zack Morris has to dig deep and get Prez Kavanaugh here.
The tying run 90 feet away. They go ahead 270. First pitch to the lefty. Kavanaugh comes out swinging, flies one down the left field line, over towards foul territory, and Locklear watches it land on the hill. And the count, no balls and one strike. Preisner singled, McDermott singled. Coming into the 7th inning, Harwich didn't have a hit. They have 2 here. And with 2 on and 2 out, trying to tie and take a lead against Zack Morris. Looks like Jared Southard is getting warm in the Firebirds pen. 0-1. And a ground ball foul down the third base line over towards our camera operator, Hannah Yoshinaga. Appreciate you, Hannah. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
Looks like it's Nick Wallerstedt and Jared Southard, 2 right-handers. Double barrel action getting loose for Orleans.
That's a scary combo.
That is a scary combo.
2 of the best relievers out of the right field pen for Orleans. Morris looks on with runners to the corners and 2 outs. 0-2. And a swing and a looping line drive right at the shortstop, David Marcano, and he will make the catch. Harwich threatens. They break up the no-hitter, pick up 2 hits in the inning, but 2 runners are left stranded. We will head to the bottom of the 7th inning. It's time to stretch here at Eldridge Park, the final home game of the summer for the Orleans Firebirds. And Orleans on this bittersweet night, hoping for a win, leading 1-0.
All right, as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning stretch time, let's do one last Around the Cape League score update here on our broadcast. Brewster Whitecaps defeating Hyannis 4-0 from Stony Brook Field. That game ended in 2 hours, 23 minutes. Brewster taking the win over Hyannis. YD with an 8-1 victory over Chatham. They are finished from Red Wilson Field. That's final out there at YD. Meanwhile, the Bourne Braves crushing Catuit 13-1. And what Carlo mentioned earlier is a potential Eastern Division playoff preview between the 2 best in the, or Western Division preview between the 2 teams in the West. Bourne winning 13-1 over Catuit from Doran Park. And last but not least, from Spillane Field in Wareham, the Wareham Gatemen leading 7-4 over Falmouth. They are in the top of the 8th. Falmouth trying to scrape by and get a little more late season magic by catching up to Catuit. However, right now the result not helping them. Down 3 against Wareham in the top of the 8th.
Appreciate it, Gareth. As always, great score updates. A lot of action around the league. We're in the middle of the 3rd to last game of the summer. It's sad. It is sad. Firebirds hoping to go out with a bang as they take on the Harwich Mariners, who are headed for the playoffs to face the Brewster Whitecaps. Hope you stretched. It's time for the bottom of the 7th inning. Right-handed batter Peyton Chatinier digs in. It will be the 2-3-4 hitters for Orleans. Chatinier, DeLauder, and Locklear. Firebirds hanging on by a shoestring, leading 1-0 as Brandon Walker, the right-handed pitcher, begins his second inning of work. First pitch misses upstairs, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Chatinier still looking for his first hit. Batting in the 2-hole today for the first time all summer. Walker's 1-0. Fastball at the bottom of the zone, and the count 1 ball and 1 strike. Harwich, who's hitting .295 in their last 10 games, was being no hit through 6. Broke it up in the top of the 7th inning, but left 2 runners stranded. 1-1. Chatinier swings and skies one into right. Going back the right fielder Kavanaugh on the jog, onto the warning track. He'll make the head-high catch. Chatinier 0 for 4. And in stands the left-handed batter, Chase DeLauder. And the 1 run that came in the second inning still holding strong for Orleans. But, Gareth, it feels like against a Harwich offense that can get hot at any moment, Firebirds need some insurance runs. Righty on lefty as DeLauder looks on. 1 for 3 today is Chase. First pitch to him, and he fouls it straight back over Route 28. And the count, no balls and 1 strike. Still a packed crowd here at Eldridge Park for the final game in Orleans of 2021, 0-1. And DeLauder rolls one on the ground to first. First baseman Phillips on the back pedal. He gloves it belt high. Underhand flips to the covering pitcher, Brandon Walker, and quickly 2 away. The sun is set. The lights are on. No wind. The flag in center field dormant. But lawn chairs filling the hills down the right field and left field line and out in left center, which is a popular spot if you have little kids right by the playground. Right-handed batter Locklear looks on. Bases empty, 2 outs. First pitch misses upstairs. 1 ball and no strikes, 2. Bases empty. Orleans 1 and Harwich 0. Locklear has been hit by a pitch twice today. 1-0. Skips in the dirt, almost clips his shins. And the count, 2 balls and no strikes. Nailed by Schlittler in the 1st and the 5th. First time he's facing Brandon Walker. Yeah, this guy's a ball magnet, Gareth. What is it about getting hit by pitches so much? Tyler Locklear's gotten hit 9 times. Cape leading 9 times. Is that a category you put on a resume? Led the league in hit by pitches?
I would.
2-0, Locklear swinging away. Taps 1 foul, back to the screen. As some Firebird fans drive by, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. And it looks like T-Lock broke another bat as he walks into the dugout and picks up another Axis bat. Now he'll rub some substance on the end. By the way, our top of the 7th inning interview, Bill Lee, spends his time carving the wood for these Axis bats, picking out the wood. You want to talk about a guy who loves the game baseball. He's still playing. He showed up in his baseball pants today, and in his free time when he can't play baseball, he's making bats.
All right, this is a guy that just lives and breathes baseball, bleeds baseball. Love to see it.
1-0 Orleans, bottom 7, bases empty, 2 outs. 2-1. Locklear takes low with his new piece of lumber, and the count 3 balls and 1 strike to him. I don't know what else he does that involves baseball, but there's got to be more. Besides spending 23 hours a day. 3-1, and Locklear bounces 1 foul down the third base line. And the count fills up, 3 balls and 2 strikes to the sophomore out of ECU. First half of a home and home between these two teams. The Firebirds, well, home and homes have not been friendly to them. 0-6-2 in their 4 home and homes. Looking for their first win of the summer. 3-2. Locklear swing and a miss. And he's down swinging. And that does it for this bottom of the 7th inning. Second strikeout for Brandon Walker. 3 up, 3 down. Firebirds go quietly. We'll head to the 8th. Gareth Kwok, I have a mission to take care of, but I will be back.
All
Make
right.
sure the place doesn't burn down.
We'll do.
Okay, 1-0 Orleans as we head to the 8th inning here on the Birds Broadcast Network.
Back here at Eldridge Park, Gareth Kwok here as we begin this top of the 8th from Eldridge Park. The home finale here in this 2021 summer for the Firebirds. Zack Morris still out there as he faces off against Chris Newell from Virginia. The first pitch is low in the dirt for ball 1. Morris, who has thrown 4 innings, allowed just 2 hits, no runs, walked 2, and has struck out 5. A guy who, not uncommon to see him go this deep. He went 5 2/3 against YD on July 17th. 1-0 is a big bouncer foul down the right field line. Count even at 1. He went 5 2/3 with 8 strikeouts about 3 weeks ago against YD. And here he is now trying to pitch a 5th inning. There is some activity in the bullpen for Orleans. Nick Wallerstedt is getting warm out in right center. 1-1 is skipped in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike to Chris Newell. Chris Newell, who came up big the last time these two teams met at Harwich. A 2-run game-tying home run in the bottom of the 8th. 2-1 is a line drive into right field and past the second baseman, Chanier, for a base hit. Newell fights that one off the hands and drives it into right, and the tying run will come up to the plate in Dylan Phillips. So after being no hit through the first 5, or for the first 6, pardon me, Harwich has gathered 2 hits in the 7th and now a hit here in the 8th. And now here's the power bat of Phillips. He has hit 4 on the summer. He's the tying run at the plate. First pitch. Swinging a foul straight back. No balls in the strike. Dylan Phillips out of Kansas State has collected hits in 11 of his 14 games here with Harwich. However, he is hitless tonight in 2 at-bats. Long look at first. 0-1 from Morris. And a big curveball is up high. 1 ball, 1 strike. Dylan Phillips, who hit 16 home runs this spring for the Wildcats of Kansas State. His 16 homers this season tied a single-season program record set back in 1997. 1-1. Curveball and a high drive hit well to left field. Keishel back near the track, and he puts it away just shy of the wall for the first out. Zack Morris can exhale after that fly ball to deep left field off the bat of Dylan Phillips. 1 away, a runner at first. Carter Putz will dig in, but not before manager Kelly Nicholson will go out and make a pitching change. Kelly claps his hands twice, struts out onto the mound. Zack Morris will hand over the baseball to Kelly as the Grim Reaper is coming in. Nick Wallerstedt out of Arizona State will look to protect this 1-run lead. A fantastic job from Zack Morris as he departs. 4 1/3 of shutout ball. He is responsible for the runner at first. And Wally will come in and try and do his thing when we come back on the Birds Broadcast Network. 1-0 Firebirds, runner at first, and 1 down here in the 8th. The Grim Reaper has entered the game for the Orleans Firebirds, as our own sideline reporter Noah Zierson likes to call him. Nick Wallerstedt, the rising sophomore from Arizona State, making his 13th appearance on the summer, and he has been superb here on the Cape. A 1.72 ERA. He has 15 and 2/3 innings pitched with 20 strikeouts over 7 walks. He does have a save, and he'll look to inherit a runner at first and 1 down. And here's the Notre Dame DH, Carter Putz, against Wallerstedt. Wally, a Cape League All-Star, ready for the first pitch. And a swing and a miss on a hard fastball. No balls and a strike. Wallerstedt, mostly a 2-pitch guy. A good hard fastball in the low 90s with a sharp curve, slurve, however you want to call it. It has very good movement on it. Looking to get a double play ball potentially. The 0-1 is in the dirt. Count even at 1 now to Carter Putz, who tonight is 0 for 2. He has grounded into a fielder's choice. He has drawn a walk, and he has struck out swinging. Putz has not hit a home run this summer. He does have 15 runs batted in. 1-1. Swinging a foul back to the screen. And it's now 1-2. Nick Wallerstedt, who has had a tremendous rebound since only getting 2/3 of an inning this spring with Arizona State. He has found his rhythm on the mound and has become one of the best relievers in the league and a Cape League All-Star. Runner goes. 1-2 is outside. Guillemet's throw down the second. The tag, and they got him! Garrett Guillemet from his knees throws out Chris Newell trying to swipe second base. The bases are now empty with 2 down on a strong throw from Guillemet. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Wallerstedt from the windup, the pitch. Popped up down the right field line onto the concourse. And it remains 2-2. What a throw from Guillemet. He did that from his knees. Yadier Molina-esque, you could say. To nab Newell trying to take second. 2-2. And a slider that just misses outside. Count is full, 3-2. Josh Hood, the third baseman, on deck for the Mariners. The 4th meeting between these two ball clubs, and Harwich has yet to win so far. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Wallerstedt with the fastball, and he gets Carter Putz on strikes. Let's head now to the bottom of the 8th. Orleans still leading 1-0 here from Eldridge Park, here in the home finale when we come back on the Birds Broadcast Network. 1-0 Orleans as we enter now the bottom of the 8th. And a new pitcher now for the Harwich Mariners. Coming on in and making his 4th appearance on the summer is the right-hander from the University of Maine, Matthew Pushard, a 6'4", 245-pound right-hander from Brewer, Maine. He's a local guy from the New England area. And in 7 2/3 innings, he has struck out 10 over just 3 walks. And he has not allowed an earned run this summer. He last appeared against YD on Tuesday and pitched 3 2/3, gave up 5 hits, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, but again, no earned runs yet allowed for Matthew Pushard, a big, tall right-hander from Maine. And he will face off against Trey Hartman, Jeff Costello, and Luke Kieshel. The 5, 6, and 7 batters due up for Orleans as they try and add some insurance to this 1-run lead. The Firebirds pitching staff has stepped up tonight. Now can the offense add a little bit of comfort and add a little bit of cushion as Trey Hartman takes a first pitch fastball up high for ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Trey today 2 for 3 with 2 doubles. Takes a 1-0 fastball up high again, 2-0. Two balls, no strikes with Costello on deck. Here's the pitch. And a fastball above the belt, called ball 3, 3-0. Jeff Costello on deck for Orleans, 3-0. And a fastball in there for a called strike. 3-1 now. Pushard's 3-0. Is low in the dirt for ball 4. Leadoff walk. And we'll have a pinch runner here now for Trey Hartman. Julio Marcano has grabbed a helmet. And he will go out and pinch run for Trey Hartman. So Kelly Nicholson going to go with Marcano. And Julio can play first base as well, so he'll come in for the 9th on defense as well. As Jeff Costello, quick conversation with third base coach Brendan Eigebrodt. Now the Northeastern outfielder can get ready to face off against Matthew Pushard. Pushard, who served as Maine's closer this regular season, had 3 saves on the spring. Costello shows bunt, pulls back, and takes a called strike at the knees. 0-1. Teammates with now San Francisco Giant Nick Sinicola, who made the opening night start for Harwich when they faced Orleans, as Costello this time lays down the bunt beautifully along the third base side. Hood picks it up, throws over to first, and they get Costello, but not before Marcano advances to second on the sacrifice bunt. Well done by Jeff Costello, and there's 1 away with a runner at second now for Luke Kieshel. Kieshel tonight is 1 for 2 with a double. He's also flown out to left and has drawn a walk. Righty on righty matchup. Marcano at second. Firebirds could use some extra runs here to give Nick Wallerstedt some extra pad as Kieshel takes a fastball on the outside corner for a called strike. 0-1 to Keish. Last home game of the summer, and then at Harwich tomorrow, 6:45 p.m. first pitch. And then at Brewster on Wednesday to close out the regular season. 0-1 is a slider in the dirt, blocked by the catcher Tinsman. And the count now, 1-1. Luke Kieshel, who will be playing for Orleans next summer. That was also announced in the pregame award ceremony, the team award ceremony. 1-1. Fastball that just catches the outside for a called strike 2, 1-2. So Luke Gieshel, after spending time in the Cal Ripken League with the Gaithersburg Giants, performs well in his 3-week stint with Orleans and has earned himself a spot for next year's roster. How about that? Firebirds fans can look forward to Luke next summer as the 1-2. Fastball misses away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And if this is the Luke Gieshel that we've gotten to see over the last 3 weeks, if you get to see that over the course of all of next summer, Firebirds fans will be in for a treat. A guy who can just rake at the plate. The 2-2. Curveball up high. Count full 3-2 with David Marcano on deck. Luke Gieshel, who still isn't draft eligible until 2023. Still just 19 years old. 3-2. The pitch from Pushert is a soft liner in the right field. Coming on in and making the catch is Kavanaugh, the right fielder. 2 out. And here comes now David Marcano. David Marcano today, 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts. He has also drawn a walk. Orleans 1, Harwich nothing. Firebirds trying to send this home crowd happy. First pitch is elevated up high, 1-0. Final time the fans will be seeing Orleans in 2021. It's been a quick one. But there have been some great memories, great games that have taken place here at Eldridge these last 7 weeks. 1-0 is a swing and a miss on the fastball, 1-1. We appreciate all the fans for coming out to Eldridge. For those who were able to watch in person or watch on our stream, the support has been just unbelievable. And we will look forward to next summer. 1-1. Fastball right on the outside dot. 1-2. Harwich in the 9th will have Hood, Breisner, and Tinsman, the 5, 6, and 7 batters, as they try and come back. 1-2. And a swing and a miss. Marcano goes down swinging on the pitch low and away. And the inning is over. A walk, but nothing doing for Orleans as Marcano is left stranded at second base. We head to the 9th. Nick Waller stepped back on the hill, and he'll try and close things out here at Eldridge Park tonight with Orleans up 1-0 when we return on the Birds Broadcast Network. Nick Wallerstedt back out on the mound and trying to shut things down here in the top of the ninth. Orleans up 1-0. First pitch from Wally is low and in with the fastball, 1-0. It's Josh Hood, Zach Preisner, and Brendan Tinsman as Hood lines one foul down the left field line. Count even at 1. 5, 6, and 7 batters. And it's Nick Wallerstedt looking for his second save on the summer. And nevertheless, a 5-out save as he spikes that one in the dirt. 2-1 to count. Orleans trying to play spoiler and ruin Harwich's chances of being first in the East. Brewster in first, Harwich in second currently. 2-1 is a slider that runs away. 3 balls and a strike. Julio Marcano has entered the game for Trey Hartman. He's now at first. Wallerstedt from the line, 3-1. Is a pop-up foul down the right field line, and that count now full 3-2. Stay tuned for our Birds post-game show coming up after the final out. We'll have the exclusive interviews and guests here on the broadcast to wrap things up here from Eldridge Park in 2021. Make sure you don't go away as the 3-2. Fastball very high for ball 4, and the tying run is on base in Josh Hood. Hood draws his second walk tonight. He is the possible tying run. And in stands in Zach Preisner, the shortstop from Notre Dame. Preisner tonight, 1 for 2. He singled back in the 7th. Right-handed batter, ready for the first pitch. Shift is on. Chanier, the second baseman, playing up the middle. And the first offering is way outside with the fastball, 1-0. Locklear guarding the third base line. Marcano deep in the hole. Chanier playing up the middle. McKenzie shaded out toward left center as well. 1-0. Fastball at the knees, a called strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike. Josh Hood, who has stolen 3 bags tonight. Or he's stolen 2 bags tonight. He has 5 total on the summer. Will we see him run here? 1-1. Breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 2. And Preisner not happy with the call from home plate umpire John LeBone. It's 1-2. The Grim Reaper out on the hill looking for the save. 1-2. Swing and a miss with a fastball. Snapback throw to first is not in time. Nick Wallerstedt's second strikeout of the ball game. And there's 1 down now for Brendan Tinsman.
Defensive substitutions for Orleans. Julio Marcano now at first.
Tinsman tonight is 0 for 3. He has reached on 2 fielders' choices tonight, and he is lined out to right field. Right-handed batter, first pitch is a changeup that is low for ball 1. 1-0 to Brendan Tinsman out of Wake Forest. Brock Wilkin, who was not in the starting lineup, he's in the hole. As the 1-0 is a slider at the knees, a called strike 1. Tinsman at bat, Lazaro on deck, and then Brock Wilkin, who's the best hitter on this Harwich team, even though he did not get the start tonight. 1-1. In the dirt, gets past Guillemette, goes to the backstop, and on to second goes Josh Hood. And now the tying run in scoring position. Will go as a wild pitch. So Nick Wallerstedt trying to find his command here. Orleans trying to pick up their 13th win on the summer. Wallerstedt to look over at second, now the pitch. And a fastball high and in, 3-1. And now Wilkin is now on deck. He is no longer in the hole. He is warming up and would hit for Jake Lazaro in the 8th spot. He is waiting next. Wallerstedt trying to get Tinsman here. 3 balls and a strike. A stare over at second. Now he comes home. Fastball inside, ball 4. And now the go-ahead run is on base for the Harwich Mariners. Over at second is Josh Hood. Brendan Tinsman at first. And here comes now Brock Wilkin, the best hitter on this Harwich team and one of the best power hitters here on the Cape, who did not get the start tonight for Steve Englert. And now Kelly Nicholson will walk out. Jared Southern getting loose in the bullpen. Kelly Nicholson has not yet pointed out to the bullpen just yet, but looks like he is going to ask for the ball from Nick Wallerstedt. And Wallerstedt's night is done. Runners on second and first. Wallerstedt departs. Orleans holding on to a 1-run lead with 1 away. And Jared Southern will come on in, the de facto closer for Orleans, when we come back here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Firebirds need 2 outs to end this one here from Eldridge Park in the home finale of this 2021 summer. Runners on second and first. Josh Hood at second. And Brendan Tinsman at first. And a new pitcher now for the Firebirds after Nick Wallerstedt. It's going to be the rising sophomore from Texas, the right-hander Jared Southern, 6'2", 220 from Leander, Texas, will come on in and try and get the final 2 outs of this ball game. Orleans trying to end the home slate with a victory and snap a 4-game losing streak. His first assignment, though, will be against Brock Wilkin, who is one of the best players on the Cape this summer. Wilkin will pinch hit. He did not start in this ball game tonight, and he comes off the bench here to pinch hit for the number 8 hitter, Jake Lazaro. Wilkin hitting .306, 6 homers, 26 runs batted in.
You can feel the tension in the air right now, Gareth. Will the 1 run be enough?
Southern ready for the first pitch. And a slider that catches the outside for a called strike, 0-1. Wilkin, who's tied for second in the league in RBIs with 26. The tying run at second, the go-ahead run at first. Wilkin at the plate. 0-1. And a check swing roller foul down the right field line. And Wilkin's behind now, 0-2. He leads the Mariners in hits, home runs, and runs batted in. And he's 4 for 11 versus Orleans this summer. Tatum Levens has picked up a bat. He is on deck and would pinch hit for the number 9 hitter, McDermott. 0-2 to Wilkin. Breaking ball, check swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. Says first base umpire Mark Delaney on the appeal. 3 pitches, 3 strikes, and Wilkin goes down. 2 away here in the 9th. And how about that strikeout from Jared Southard?
You want to talk about coming into a game with the tying run at second, the go-ahead at first, and probably the future Cape League MVP at the plate. And Jared Southard makes quick work of Brock Wilkin.
Tatum Levens now, left-handed bat from LaSalle, stands in off the bench and takes a first pitch ball high and outside for ball 1. Tatum Levens, a rising junior from LaSalle. On the summer, he's hitting .265 with a home run and 10 runs batted in. 1-0 is high and outside the end, 2-0. Guillemette telling Jared Southard to calm down. High drama here late in this ball game between 2 East Division rivals. Southard, 1 out away from closing out the victory for Orleans. 2-0, fastball on the outside corner, strike 1. Second and first, 2 down. Orleans up by 1. We're in the top of the 9th. 2-1. Check swing on a breaking ball. And he went around on the appeal, yes. Says third base umpire Jason Klump. Jared Southard 1 strike away. The Orleans crowd getting on their feet. 2 balls, 2 strikes. To Tatum Levens. Southard ready. 2-2. Line down the left field line, slicing foul. And we'll do it again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter, Prez Kavanaugh, waiting on deck. Stay tuned for the Birds post-game show coming up after the final out. We'll grab a couple of players onto the show, as well as manager Kelly Nicholson for the final home game. 2-2. Here's the pitch. Check swing. Did he go around? On the appeal, no. That time, says third base umpire Jason Klump, and the count now full, 3-2. Josh Hood at second and Brendan Tinsman at first. They'll both get head starts on this full count pitch with 2 down. Tying run at second, go-ahead run at first. Jared Southard, the right-hander, throws. And he got him! Swing and a miss! A foul tip into the glove of Garrett Guillemette, and Jared Southard comes on in and gets the final 2 outs of this ball game with 2 big strikeouts in Orleans. They snap a 4-game losing streak, and they end this 2021 summer at Eldridge Park with a victory. The final home game of the season goes the Firebirds' way by a final score of 1-0 against the Harwich Mariners. An old school pitcher's duel. And this one goes to Orleans. They improved to a record of 13-17-4. And Harwich goes to a record of 19-12-4. Stay tuned for the Birds postgame show. That's coming up next. here at our broadcast booth, as well as our sideline reporter, Noah Searson. Right here on the Birds Broadcast Network. Orleans with a 1-0 victory. And they had to do it the hard way via the pitching. Just 1 run on 5 hits, 1 error for the Firebirds. Harwich, though, kept off the score sheet. No runs on 3 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Noah Searson's going to grab the starting pitcher, Nathan Florence, who pitched 3 shutout innings as the Orleans starter. And so whenever you're ready, Noah, take it away with the future Rutgers right-hander, Nathan Florence. Noah?
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. So I'm on the sidelines right now with the starting pitcher today, Nathan Florence. Like you said, 3 innings pitched, not a hit allowed. And for this Firebird squad, you'd been coming out of the pen in your appearances, but today, get the start, worked really well. It's a position you've been in at Hartford. You've made a lot of starts in the past. So what kind of changes in your mindset, or what clicks that you're allowed to have an outing like today where you step in as a starter and really don't miss a beat?
Yeah, I think it's just being back in the starting position. It's where I'm comfortable. It's what I'm used to. So, I really don't miss a beat. I get my normal warm-up routine, and I just feel really comfortable out there as a starter.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know you were a little later to the Cape than some of these guys, but still made a big impact on this Firebird squad. So when you think back to your time with the Firebirds this season and the fact that you got to start the final game at Eldridge and really set the tone for this entire pitching staff, grab the victory tonight in front of all these great fans, what has it meant to be a Firebird for not only you personally and, just the fun of playing out here as a ball player, but also personal growth?
Yeah, it definitely means a lot to me, and I appreciate Coach Kelly, for reaching out and getting me out here. After not doing anything for most of the summer, I had nowhere to play, and Kelly gave me a spot on here, and I'm extremely grateful for that opportunity. And just to be able to come here and make an impact for the Firebird squad, it means a lot to me.
Well, it's definitely meant a lot on the field as well. Set the tone for this whole pitching staff tonight. Great outing for the team. 1-0 victory. Go out with a bang at Eldridge. Nathan, thank you so much for your time tonight in the entire season. And that's all I got from the sidelines for now, Gareth. So I'll send it back to you in a booth. You got another interview. So without further ado, take it away, Gareth.
Thanks so much, Noah. Here on the Birds postgame show, we got Chase DeLauder, the James Madison outfielder. And Chase, earlier tonight on the pregame ceremony, you were recognized as the team MVP by the Orleans Firebirds. And what does that honor mean to you?
It means a lot, just from the coaching staff standpoint. That's how they saw me as a player. All the guys thanked me for that. I appreciated that. But really, I would say just kind of means a lot from them, more so than anyone else, the team.
Yeah, and you and Tyler Locklear have been going at it in the home run chase, still tied at 9 home runs apiece here on this Cape League summer. I mean, what's it been like just spending time with Tyler and just the friendship with you guys and what you have?
Yeah, we've definitely come a lot closer over the summer. We talked a little bit before coming here because we played each other, but, we live together every day. Of course, mess around with each other out here on the field and always, obviously competing in the home run thing. So, yeah, it's been really nice to get to know him.
So do you guys have a little friendly bet as if who wins the home run chase? Is someone owing a meal here, or what's at stake?
Yeah, we haven't talked too much about that, but he thinks we're going to tie. I think one of us is going to win. I think whoever hits the next one is going to win.
So who's winning?
I think I am. I had my shot last night. Kid just had to jump over and rob it, but he's due. He's due for sure.
Well, final game here at Eldridge Park. What are you going to miss most about here at Eldridge? We've seen you go Oppo a ton, and the amount of fans that came here to see you guys, what are you going to miss most here about playing at Eldridge?
That for sure. I think the atmosphere of the fans, no matter what our record is or how good or bad we're playing, they fill the hill up there. And the guys, of course, love them. It's a summer to remember with them. Made some really close friendships. So between the fans and the teammates, I'm going to miss that for sure.
Well, Chase, congratulations on the team MVP recognition, and we'll see you out there soon. Thanks for your time on the postgame show.
Appreciate it.
You're good to go, Chase. Thanks so much again. And Noah Searson's going to grab our manager, Kelly Nicholson, in just a sec. Chase with the team MVP. Tyler Locklear, him battling it out for that final home run chase. Both of those guys tied at 9 apiece. Should be fun to watch with 2 more games left on the schedule. But Noah's going to go grab Kelly Nicholson. And our skipper here to cap off what has been a very fun slate here at home, and what has just been a season full of memories. And so I'm going to send it over to our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, who is standing by with our manager, Kelly Nicholson. Noah?
Did you have fun tonight? Yes, after the final out, it was fun.
Appreciate it, guys. I'm on the sidelines right now with Skip. And like you said, it was a fun win tonight. One of the more complete games we've seen out of the Firebirds of late, because there's been a lot of games where, the hitting plays well, but it doesn't work out. Pitching plays well. One game, but complete game. So when we're talking about, just reflecting on this one, how did it feel after playing some good baseball and just not coming together exactly to finally get one final game at Eldridge and grab a big one?
Yeah, it was good. It was good. It was a nice way to in the home season here for our fans, and kind of leaves everybody with a nice taste in their mouth. Hey, anytime you don't give up a run, you have a chance to win, at least tie. And our guys pitched really, really well tonight, and we played pretty clean defensively. We were mindful on the bases, and I don't know how many times we struck out, probably a few too many, but yeah, super proud of our guys, man. You've seen them play every night this summer. They compete every night right down to the final pitch.
Yeah, and it was so awesome to do it right here. Like you said, final game at Eldridge. We've seen it all season long. The fans coming out in big groups. It's clear that, having baseball back in this community has been a massive part of the culture, businesses, and really, I guess, just the identity of Orleans. So when you think back to being able to start the season this year, it was kind of in limbo over the last year or so, but being able to bring baseball back to Orleans, what has it meant to you, the guys, to be able to do it, develop guys not only out here, but really do it for the fans who love this team so much?
Well, yeah, like we've said, it's all about the people, man, and we've always, for the past 20 summers, we've had great fans. I think we have the best fans in the Cape League. They got a little loud tonight. It was cool, but yeah, it was great to be back. It's great to play baseball. I never thought we could win 13 more games than we won the previous summer and not make the playoffs, right? So, considering, I'm just joking, but hey, it's great. I think everybody we kind of made it through COVID-free, knock on wood, and so it's been a good summer. It's been a great opportunity for these guys to get out and compete.
Yeah, and finally wrapping up, I guess, out of this bunch here, you're fortunate enough that every summer to get a new crop of guys, immense talent that a lot of these guys are going to be Major League ball players to get to work with. But out of this crop of guys you've had this summer, what would you say is the key, I guess, identity or one thing that you'll take out of them as a whole?
Character. They're a bunch of high-character guys, man, and I think they really bonded well as a group. They got along. There was good chemistry. They pull for one another. They were a good group to be around every day. After tough losses, we talked about it. We would talk about some tough losses, but once I got to the ballpark and I saw them, then my mood, elevated to 100. So they're a great group of guys to be around, man. I'm going to miss them. So I'm going to really enjoy the next couple days watching them play, and I think we're going to play well. And man, the summer's gone by fast. The days are long and the summer goes by fast, right, Noah?
Absolutely. Baseball every single day. It really doesn't get much better than this. Skip, thank you so much for your time tonight, the entire season. And take care, and we'll see you tomorrow, hopefully at Harwich. Guys, that's all I got from the sidelines right now, so I'll toss it back to you guys to wrap up this broadcast.
All right, thanks so much, Noah. As we wrap things up here on the Birds post-game show, Gareth Kwok alongside Carlo Jimenez. Carlo, your final thoughts in what was a fitting way to end the home season here at Eldridge Park. A 1-0 pitcher's duel. The pitching is the staple of Kelly Nicholson prior teams. We haven't been able to see that consistently all summer, but we saw it tonight. An excellent pitching performance by the Firebirds as they shut out the Harwich Mariners tonight on this Monday night.
Yeah, I mean, this was a win, a complete win, really, for the Birds in terms of the pitching staff. Leaving 10 guys on base, it's not super beneficial, and another trend the Firebirds are going to have to work out. But it was fun to watch the Birds get a win here at home. They were due 4 games without one, and for Orleans, a goodbye to Eldridge Park with the smiles on their faces. Gareth, what a summer it's been here at Eldridge, sitting behind the plate next to you. I couldn't ask for a better partner all summer. It's Thanks for bringing great energy every day. Don't want to get too sentimental.
You're going to make me cry, man.
But, man, things are I'm going to miss this place. I'm going to miss this place. A lot of good memories. And, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to, I think our broadcasts they've been high quality since the beginning, and we've gone through some some hiccups at first, but they've really smoothed them out, and we appreciate everybody that has tuned in and has come out to see the Firebirds in person as well tonight. And we got Noah Searson standing by. I just turned on your mic, buddy.
Yeah, appreciate it, Gareth. It's a weird time. The summer has seemed like it's gone by so immensely far, and it's only the final home game, but for us, Eldridge was home all summer long, and the people who came here, so wrapping it up here feels so fitting. I guess for me personally, I would first and foremost like to thank the president of this team, Bob O'Donnell, who brought us all on board and gave us the opportunity and really just took a chance on all of us. At the end of the day, we're all college students who are just here to learn and get better, and having an opportunity like broadcasting, working around the Orleans Firebirds, it's really unlike anything other that we could really do. And I know it's been a blast. It's presented its challenges, but as a team, we've worked so well. So first and foremost, thank you to Bob, and then thank you to the listeners, like you said, Garrett, the listeners, the people who come out to watch the team at Eldridge. It's so encouraging knowing that you've got some eyes on your stuff, and just even getting the side comments walking through the hill at Eldridge that we tuned into the broadcast, we love to see it. Like, that stuff means the world to us, because it's not something that we're certainly used to, just kind of breaking into things. So getting the comments like that, it really means the world, and we don't forget it. So those, there are a million other thank yous we could hand out. I'd also like to, hand one out to Kelly as well, the skip. I know he has, I've said a lot about him on the broadcast, but he really does care about making sure that we have access to everything. Anything we need to succeed, Kelly wants to be there for us, and he's an immense resource that I certainly won't take for granted, and I know that none of us will either. So, I could go on and on about my experience with the Firebirds and how great it has been, but I certainly will never forget my experience here, and I was excited to come out here not only to, do sideline reporting and pursue broadcasting, but it truly is a life experience getting to spend a summer on Cape and work with some premier baseball talent and some good people all around. So I will save the rest of my thoughts for my 30-minute podcast I could record on everything I have to say about the Cape and, how great of an experience it could be. But I guess I would just like to say thank you. And signing off one more time. I don't really do that as a sideline reporter, but signing off for one last time from Eldridge Park. Noah Searson. Peace out, guys.
That was from the heart right there. Well, thanks again, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back tomorrow against Harwich. Audio-only broadcast. Final 2 road games and final 2 games of the summer. 6:45 p.m. first pitch. We'll have pregame at 6:30. For the last time here at home, at least, for our sideline reporter, Noah Searson, my esteemed colleague and friend, Carlo Jimenez, our producer, Matt Schenfeld, and our entire crew saying so long. This is Gareth Kwok. Firebirds win it 1-0 here at the final game at home in this 2021 summer. And we'll see you all tomorrow at Harwich.